I'm the Mario. Eat your arms and then again. Go on, good eye to the Mario. I am God. And then you know, come on, it's time to go eat the Dario. Do-do-do-do-do. Just like that.
Welcome to the Nuggcast, your source of weekly gaming news. I'm Ryan.
I'm Georgia.
I'm Chris.
I'm an award-winning filmmaker.
Woo! Also known as Gabby.
Yeah. My back name is award-winning.
That's
Nickname Gabby.
yeah.
Is it like award Gabby winning filmmaker or like award winning Gabby filmmaker?
The second one.
Like how do you
That
know?
makes sense.
Second,
Okay.
Gabby's just your nickname.
Yeah, like
Award-winning,
but where does it sit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can officially say that the Nuggcast does have an award winner, and that's something that we will put on all our promotional artwork.
Yeah.
If anything,
Like an award winning cast.
There we go! Oh, terrific. Get ready for this.
Yeah.
We have 280 words we can use on Twitter now, 280 characters. We can fit that in the byline when we advertise the podcast.
it's
yeah.
too long.
It's
No.
too long.
Everything looks really unnatural on Twitter now. I miss.
Yeah, no, I've just been looking at walls of text all day.
If I wanted to look at walls of text, I go on Facebook and follow like an animal rights.
Oh,
Oh,
God. Yep. You're not wrong. Well, we talk about gaming news, and we haven't been here for a while. Look, we're not going to go back and cover everything that we missed. You can just deal with that. We're going to
gonna
cover
talk-
the things.
we're
for
gonna
the
talk
last
about
week.
what we
But
want.
how fun would it be if we set aside, like, if we planned this and set aside, like, 5 minutes for one of us to, like, really speed through everything, just no breathing?
You follow.
That's
Polygon
basically what
yourself.
I do anyway.
Yeah, but on purpose this time.
Yeah. Alright, so the actual news. So this week, Perfect World, so they're the publisher that they specifically two of the people that they own
Who
that
they
this
do?
affects. Well, them as a publisher, they publish games for Runic, and they also publish, Mortiga Studios. So Runic, you might know they've done the Torchlight series, and they
Okay.
more recently did Hob.
Alright.
And Gigantic was made by Mortoiga. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
That's
Probably
right.
not. But basically what happened was the publisher... Mortia?
Maybe, I don't know.
I
I don't know
but yeah,
where
so
they're from.
so what happened was that they've cut most of the studio for Gigantic. So Gigantic is, if you haven't played it, it's an online game. It's still going to be receiving further like little bits of updates, and they're still going to support the online. But the team has just been hollowed out. They're just a husk of the studio.
Did EA buy them? That's what happened to
God.
Mass Effect.
Yeah.
That's also what happened to Battleborn.
So they might as well have been bought by EA, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But basically, and they've also Runic Games has been completely shut down, which they did only have 3 games behind their belt, but obviously Hob didn't do too well, which is unfortunate because I really liked Hob. There was a really nice game, but yeah, apparently it didn't get what they wanted it to. But you know, all the games are still going to be for sale and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just
Like,
gutted
all
the
the
studio.
reviews I've seen of Hob were kind of so-so, but I watch really cynical reviewers, so that might be why.
That's fair enough. It's like the game it's a bog standard 3D platformer,
Yeah.
but it's also a million times better than Yooka-Laylee. So really, but anyway,
It
so
has the nostalgia factor.
it doesn't, but neither does Yooka-Laylee.
I mean, no. But that's the point.
So, basically, in a statement, Perfect World, so what Perfect World has said is that Perfect World Entertainment recently closed the Seattle office of Runic Games, which is the only office of Runic Games, as a part of the company's continued strategy to focus on online games as a service. So basically,
Yeah.
basically what they're saying is, single player games, we can't milk money from those,
Well,
so
they
we're
say
focusing
to focus on
on.
online games as a service, but then they also hollowed out the other studio who's making an online game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
that's-
I guess they just, they're like, maybe they didn't get the sales that they wanted from Gigantic, which kind of seems to be counter, like, oh, we're moving in this direction, which one of our studios that we're doing was going in this direction, and it didn't work out for them. So maybe they're just thinking, oh, we think Gigantic's not a good example of it, so we're getting rid of those, but also we're getting rid of a place that makes good single-player games, which is, everything's turning multiplayer nowadays, and that's kind of sad.
I don't know.
I want single-player experiences. I want Torchlights and Hobbs, and they're
It's all
just
the good
Yeah.
stories
isn't.
now.
Exactly. It's hard to
Yeah,
make a
like
good
that, some
story.
people don't have friends.
Yeah.
Some
That's-
people don't play with other people.
Like, it's just true. Some
Yeah, I
people,
know.
just don't.
Yeah, and that's how they fill in, time.
Yeah.
It's fine, and multiplayer. I fucking walk away from multiplayer a lot because I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's only so many multiplayers you can play as well. It's the kind of thing
Yeah.
of, like, multiplayers are designed for you to endlessly play
It's
them.
like
Yeah.
that-
Whereas
And it
yeah.
is
whole
real
games
difficult
as a
when...
service mentality.
It's like, oh, we'll keep releasing content for the same game over and over again because people will still keep playing it, which is, it's kind of sad.
The reasons they're still playing it though isn't the good ones. It's not because it's a good game. It's because it's the only games out there anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like with Destiny 2 just released, it's a fun game, sure, but like there's not a lot of competition coming up.
Yeah. And so I'm going to read just a little bit of a statement that Runic made because it's a long statement, so I'm not going to read all of it. But basically what they said is, it's been over 9 years since a ragtag team of 17 developers helped open Runic Games. We've been lucky that the community supported us. And basically they've said, we're sorry to say that today will be Runic's last day open. Our focus will be on our family here and helping them find a new place to call home. If you're in games and looking for the best talent in the industry, please email jobs@Runic Games.
Oh.
That's really sad to add in there.
Yeah.
That feels real sad.
That
But
means
it's...
like they closed down without doing it.
They
before.
they didn't know. They had no way of planning for this, which is really sad. And they've said for all those that love the Torchlight series, there will be some news coming. For all our fans, our community and multiplayer services will keep running even after the studio's lights come off. It's been an amazing experience to be my family here at Runic. I know we won't be far from each other. I'll miss seeing you all every day. You haven't seen The Last of Us, and that was
and
from
this
Marsh
is-
Leffler.
The publishers that said that?
No,
Or
so this is
like
Runic
from-
Games.
okay.
So Runic Games, I'm not sure if Perfect World owns the rights to Torchlight as the publisher, but I think that Runic Games still has the rights, so I think that they, from what it sounds like, they do want to continue making games, which is
Yeah.
good, but yeah, for now they're
Yeah,
obviously
it's
quite
It's not
blindsided.
even a case of like sure they've shut down the studio, but these guys could quite easily, I'd imagine, just reform
Yeah.
and keep making Torchlight. If they hold the rights, just make another Torchlight game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they'll just have the struggle of, getting a space and paying
Sure,
for that in
sure.
the meantime.
But yeah, it's I hope good things for them. Every single one of Runic's games I've loved. So it's they've made 3 games, so it's if
three
you
is
vote
good.
3 for 3 is good.
It's better
And
than like the last 3 Call of Duty games.
well, yeah, exactly. And they've released every year, so yeah. So our next bit of a story. So there's a game called Deck Splash. Have any of you guys heard of Deck Splash?
No.
No. So
Sounds like a Splatoon mod.
you're not far off.
Oh,
So Deck Splash, so Bossa Studios, you may know them. They made Surgeon Simulator, and they also made I Am Bread.
Yep.
They currently
yeah.
have a bit of a weird advertising campaign going on. So basically, what they've done is they've released a demo for their new game Deck Splash on Steam.
It sounds like you're saying Dick Splash. And
Yeah.
New Zealand
Yeah, it
accent.
does. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
She's been watching too much Thor Ragnarok.
I haven't even watched it yet. Oh, I need to. Anyway.
Can I just quickly say, completely off topic, they censored the US version, and it's pissing me off.
Why did they censor it?
Because Loki stabbed Thor and the US doesn't like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But guns are perfectly fine.
That's all I want to say.
Also,
You
spoiler.
made me think about it. It was a...
Didn't see that coming.
Okay,
Loki's never bad.
Context, that wasn't a spoiler. Thor was just reminiscing. I say reminiscing.
Oh.
You got stabbed.
I was like, because I just watched it yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
did we get censored too? But like that
No.
story. But that's
Yeah.
funny. That's the
It was
funniest.
hilarious!
That's one of the funniest jokes.
And Loki looked so smug too.
Anyway,
God.
so basically what they did is they released a demo for Deck Splash on Steam. It's going to be available for a week. The week, by the time this podcast is out, it would have, the week it would have ended. Basically what they've said is that we want 100,000 people to play this demo. If they don't, we're cancelling the game.
Okay,
Okay,
so
baby.
this isn't a weird advertising strategy. This is just making the process known to people. Because let's be honest, that's what have you been to like beta tests for anyone?
No.
Yeah. So we'll know that like you go and you play the game, they're probably just gonna scrap it anyway.
Yeah.
So this is just making that process public.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's-
kind of a
that's
weird
fair.
move, though.
Well, you
It's-
don't have
yeah.
100,000 friends in your studio.
Well,
studio.
like the reason they gave for it, they did give a pretty solid reasoning. Like it's which does align with what Chris is saying somewhat. So basically, what they've said is that the game needs a sufficiently sized community for it to work, and if they can't get that sufficiently sized community, then there's no point in even releasing the game because it kind of relies on, otherwise you're going to end up with a Battleborn situation where you have 45-minute
isn't
queues
it
to play a game
Splatoon
nobody
style
likes.
game?
So the game is described as Splatoon crossed with Tony Hawk. It's kind of a you skateboard around and it's kind of a like Splatoon. You need to control a certain area, so you kind of leave splashes behind with your skateboard, and you kind of got to cover the most of the map, which sounds really interesting.
So 20,000 of the people playing will be Nintendo employees.
Oh yes.
Scoping it out.
Taking screenshots,
Are
getting
there
ready to
20,000
sue.
Nintendo employees.
There's easily more than that.
Easily.
Yeah.
Oh.
If
But-
you extend
actually,
it out
no.
to promotional
I
teams
suppose
and everything.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but it just seems interesting. Like the whole thing, like it definitely does double as a publicity thing.
Yeah.
Like hearing
great.
this game will not come out unless 100,000 people play it. Like I get their reasoning, but also it does feel like this is a bit of a weird marketing strategy. Like this is a bit.
It's weird as a sentence.
Yeah,
But-
it's weird as a headline, which is
Yeah,
why
it is.
which is the main reason I covered it because
Yeah.
the headline was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's also really smart.
Yeah,
because,
it's smart because it's the shock
again,
value of it.
This is all really tying back to that games as a service thing.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the whole online games, if you don't have the community for it, it's going to end up like Battleborn or
Exactly.
one of
and
the
it's-
MMOs that no one remembers the name of.
Yeah.
I do remember Aeon.
Oh
Did
god.
anyone play that?
I did
That's
not.
actually one of the only ones I didn't play.
Aeon. Rift is still going. That's good to see.
Oh god.
God, I
Terra.
forgot about Rift.
Terra, Guild Wars 2
yeah.
obviously is still going. It's the
but yeah.
second popular.
There's
But
a
all-
time
all
when
of-
me and Georgia were
all of
looking
the
for WoW
MMOs
alternatives, and we're just hopping between
Didn't we
each
all?
one. Yeah,
But all of those MMOs we didn't mention, it'll end up like those.
yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, it seems like a cool thing. It seems hopefully like we'll know if they got the numbers by the time this podcast comes
Oh,
up.
yeah.
So maybe we'll cover it again. But
I'm gonna see if we can find the numbers now. I'm curious.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it may have already worked.
Just sounds like an original Xbox game.
Yeah.
Like you would buy
Oh,
when
it
you
really
were
does,
younger.
yeah.
And it sounds like it could be a single player experience, not that hard.
No, yeah.
yeah.
And you
It's-
just have to like fill in a certain
Yeah.
picture or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it
And then at
really
the end it
feels like
zooms out and it's like, oh, it's Tony Hawk.
yeah, or even like a battle against the AI, or even have
Yeah.
like a Tony Hawk style campaign. Like those campaigns
Yeah.
have like they're always just ridiculous, and they're always like
Do 3
maybe
volleys
it's
in a row.
it's a big team event, and you just gotta
Yeah.
do that stuff. Like I
God.
like
Like,
I
you
like
don't
the
have to make
idea,
an
but
MMO.
yeah,
No.
it's it
I hope
feels
that
like
there
it
is
could.
some like campaign sections because I feel like
Okay,
that's
so as of
Opportunity
2 days
missed.
ago, they've had 27,000 players.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's not
But-
looking
Day of
good.
recording Wednesday. They
I'm-
should at least be halfway.
I'm pulling up their Steam page now, see if we can get a more reliable number.
Yeah. Do you have Steam Spy?
Oh, right.
Steam Spy might be a good thing to check.
The thing is, you can't do that in just a week. Because games like that new games don't get that shit.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
over
okay,
time.
they had I Am Bread, which was so wildly popular on YouTube. Why didn't they go to YouTubers and say, play this so that I can get
That's a
the
good
stuff?
question.
They should have got
I would
Game Grumps and
argue-
Markiplier in.
I would argue the opposite, to be quite honest. If I was at a talk over the weekend with a bunch of indie developers, and one of the big things they were saying is that if your game, this is for mobile, if your game doesn't get 10,000 views in the first, I don't know, I think it's a month or so, then it's just not going to get featured and it's just going to flop.
Yeah. Because there's like different algorithms that they have to
Yeah.
use for the app boys.
Yeah, and of course,
Yeah.
developing for mobile is a different story. It's
Yeah.
more of a communications thing.
I think that this
But,
was a problem with communications because I'm not disconnected from gaming right now. I've been focusing on art, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been on my phone checking news stories and stuff. And I just did not hear anything about it. I've even opened Steam and been like, what's going on? Didn't see anything about it, even though I love Splatoon and this seems super like,
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the clickbait headline, I wouldn't have even clicked on
Well,
this.
yeah,
So
I own
it's
I
like-
Am Bread even.
Yeah, Steam is an algorithm thing. Like, if you're on the features, because you guys paid a lot of money to be there, or
Yeah.
you just won the algorithm lottery.
I've just looked it up, so yeah, we don't really have any specific numbers or anything.
It's
I just checked
probably
their
not
Steam
even
page as
halfway
well.
at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and which is they're at the halfway point through the week.
It does have very positive reviews though, which disappoints me that that's not.
Well, I
That's
think
not
that they
coming
should
through.
have, advertised it a little better.
Yeah.
Also, why can't things just do demos anymore? Like they're calling it a demo, and it technically is a demo. But this brings me back to why can't games just have demos? Demos are great. They should do more demos for games.
I would like to actually see a bigger push for things like they're doing.
Yeah.
Just even having like a week-long demo of a game would do so much.
Especially
for,
like these
improving quality
online
of
games and stuff.
Yeah, well, specifically, you can't really have a week-long demo
Well,
of
yeah.
a single-player game
Yeah,
because you can
of
finish
course.
that. But like for online games, yeah.
Yeah, for online games, like if you have a free week for people to see if they get invested, honestly, that's
what
brilliant.
Overwatch does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overwatch does free
they
weekends.
do free
all the
weekends
time.
all the time, and it's
Yeah, and it's
brilliant.
always for like
great.
almost 4 days.
Yeah. And that's enough to be like, oh, I like this game.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Left 4 Dead used to do it.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was great when it happened. It would be
You
an
know- you know
influx
you're
of new
doing
players.
something wrong when Left 4 Dead isn't doing it. It's doing it better than you.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the sentence I was looking for.
So I don't know if you guys have checked it out at all, but the Xbox One X has actually come out
Okay.
this week.
I've
I
only
couldn't
seen
kill it.
one piece of news
Yeah.
on this, and I was on Linus Tech Tips Facebook page,
Okay.
and they did a heat scan of it,
Yeah.
and it actually makes an X.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the heat on it comes out, and it looks like an X shape.
Well, I
It's brilliant.
appreciate that.
That's
Yeah.
But
pretty
that's
cool.
the only thing I care about it.
Yeah. Its name is too long, and I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah,
It's,
That's fair.
It's a dumb name.
yeah.
It is a dumb
We've
name.
probably already joked about this. Can you find a clip of us joking about it and edit it in?
Yeah, I'll just edit it.
What
Make
are
it
they
a
gonna
nice
call the
and
next
grainy.
That's a good question. What are
Is
they
it
going
gonna
to
be
call the next one?
1X2?
It's
Maybe
gonna,
they'll just call it box. They'll go minimalist.
it's gonna be the Xbox Y.
Yeah, that's why I'm like X, Y, and Z, or it's gonna
And
be
then
X, Y,
W.
Z 2.
X, Y, Z,
Xbox
W,
One, Alpha.
ABC.
Well,
Alpha.
We're gonna-
Oh, Alpha is a good contender, I think.
Where's my
Oh.
Project Scorpio?
Yeah. Project
was a
Scorpio
great
was a better
name.
name, yeah. Like
They'll go
it's-
for Alpha though.
Like the Xbox Scorpio? Yes, give it to me.
I'm gonna play COD on my Xbox Alpha.
Yeah.
way
That's
better.
what they want.
It's establishing itself, and honestly, that's what it needs to do to beat PS4 because, like,
But PS4 is so elegant.
They should name it the Xbox Shut Up, You'll Buy Me Anyway.
yeah, pretty much. It's the Xbox Shut Up, You'll Buy Me Anyway because you buy Xbox consoles even though PlayStation has the better exclusives
Oh, this generation.
of this. Well, exactly of this generation, which is what matters at the moment.
I would argue all of the generations except maybe PS3. PS1
Well-
and 2 won.
Nobody's arguing the PS2 is better than the Xbox.
It is! It was!
PS2's the second best console of all time. So nobody's arguing that.
So
No,
what's the best?
I'm just defensive.
The best is
The Nintendo 64.
the Wii. Like objectively, it is the Wii. The Wii is objectively the best console of all time.
Is it? That shocks me.
Subjectively, probably not, but it sold the most copies. It
You
had the
know,
most good
if
games.
you asked all the gamers what was the best console, they'll say something from the retro era.
Yeah, they would, and they'd be wrong. But
I think the Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64 is good. But
I'd say the Switch at least gives everything a run for its
The
money.
Switch is
well,
good.
that's honestly at this point, like they're giving everything else a run for
I'm
its
pretty
money.
sure they're actually beating Xbox sales timeline wise.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
That makes so much sense.
yeah,
Also, they have no competition at the time, so that helps.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you
Well,
have
see, it
a
was
story
smart.
about how Nintendo is versing itself for Game of the Year?
Yeah, I
What?
don't, but we can talk about
Oh,
that.
you
I want
didn't
to.
know?
No, I didn't.
No, both Zelda and Mario are fighting for
Oh, that's
Game
brilliant.
of the Year.
Yeah, they're
Screw
both
Super-
just.
Like both of
Just,
them.
Screw Super Smash Bros. This
No,
is
yeah.
the biggest fight of the year.
It is.
yeah, it is, and
Like-
it's wild.
Like, what was that boxing thing that happened? Horn versus Pacquiao?
Mm.
Screw that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's Zelda versus Mario.
It's Zelda versus itself.
It's very interesting.
Trust us to take a story about Xbox and go, who gives a fuck? Let's talk about the Switch, and I'm okay with that.
Let's close off the Xbox thing. Literally no one gives a fuck.
No, yeah.
That's-
Like, if you're an Xbox fanboy, if
Like,
they exist,
But yet, no, they do.
welcome.
Yes,
one
they do.
person.
Exist.
Like, there are some interesting things to be said about it with the fact that, like
Like
it's got the
heat signature.
that, and
That's
like,
the only good thing about it.
The mid-generation leap is quite like they've stated that it's 5 times more powerful than the original Xbox One, which
that-
is
5 times
that in-
better at shutting
Is that
down
in
mid-game.
teraflops?
you've
You've got to get them teraflops.
got to get those Everybody
Hey, guys.
talks in teraflops. It's
That's where it's at.
yeah.
You know?
Hey guys, this one won't crash halfway through you playing. You're
No, it'll
getting-
crash before the game loads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, Call of Duty World War II.
Oh god.
Hey, this one will install games.
Will it? Whew. Let's talk about the Switch.
Controversial. Yes.
Yeah.
Switch.
Mario Odyssey looks so good. It like honestly,
It is.
having 2 10 out of 10 games is reason enough for me to buy the Switch. I know a Pokemon game is coming to it. That's it. I'm sold. Get me a Switch.
Yeah,
They won.
It's great.
They
Pretty
like,
sure
yeah.
they phoned in the Wii U just to make this.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, here's
Some
this.
profit.
Here's this. Let's focus.
I know it was a while ago, but it was before Mario Odyssey came out and everything. I went to EB Expo and
Yeah.
Nintendo killed it.
They always bring it.
It was in my books. It was Nintendo followed by Ubisoft. They had some great stuff. Assassin's Creed is awesome. I didn't get to play Far Cry 5, but it looked amazing.
Yeah.
It
What I
does look
really
good.
find with like Nintendo promotional
They do
stands
that
is it
stuff
really
out
has a
there.
lot of heart to
So
it, and they
annoying.
focus on making their areas look like an experience.
Yeah.
Whereas I could walk to
Okay.
a Sony or when I went,
Yeah.
could walk to a Sony or a place or and I would be like, I don't know what this military gun. It just didn't
Yeah.
scream anything,
Yeah.
and
Granted,
it's like,
this year at the Nintendo corner, they probably took up maybe 1/10 of their whole hall.
oh wow,
Well, consider it's their year.
yeah,
Yeah.
Luigi's
But
dead. They
the lines were just terrible.
yeah.
Not in like they were long because we were expecting that. They were just poorly designed. Like, it was a pain to get anywhere.
That's
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
But how did the actual design of the area look?
Oh, it visually
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
great. And then they had the Dragon Boards in the top corner, just because that's the thing.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, look what we have now. We have it too,
But
guys.
I don't think they had Skyrim there. They just had the promotional material.
Yeah,
out.
well,
Just to remind you,
nobody
that Skyrim's
needs
always
to
watching.
demo
Todd Howard is
Skyrim.
lurking over you at every turn.
That explains
God
why the
bless
eyes were
God.
following me. He's standing behind the
He's behind.
sign.
Todd Howard is the Dragonborn. It's just his story. He is a mortal being, and he's lived since Dragon times, which we all know was about 1,000 years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take.
give or take.
Maybe the Skyrim was within us all along.
Oh, my
Maybe
God.
maybe the real Skyrims were the Skyrims inside us.
The real Skyrim was friendship.
The real Skyrim was friendship.
Except for when you inevitably killed Parthenax at one point.
No, I will not side with the blades.
Oh,
I played through every quest line.
Yeah.
Alright?
The first time I was
did
like,
it.
I want to join the Blades. I did kill Parthenax. I was riddled with guilt. I would never do it again.
But you did.
I joined
But you
the
did.
Nords the first time we played.
So
I
did
was
I.
playing
Why
Imperial.
Why
Did not know. I'm like, oh, these guys are pretty cool. And then I realized after
Then you
the
think about it a
political,
bit.
Yeah, I didn't realize any of the political stuff. I was just like, oh, the Imperials are trying to kill me. It was my first Elder Scrolls game. I was like, okay, I'll side with the Nords.
I'm
Sorry,
like,
I'm
I am
so
heavily
racist.
invested in Oblivion. I am an Imperial citizen. Please leave me alone.
Yeah, no,
I
see,
played
I'm
Imperial
just
first
time
so
too,
solidly anti-elf in the Elder Scrolls titles that I'm just instantly like, what side they're on, I'm against them.
That's so interesting because I almost always play in High Elf.
High
Shut
Elf.
up, get back to your own.
If any race is considered the dick of the Elder Scrolls universe, it is High Elves.
No, yeah, no.
Play,
Granted, everyone was pretty dickish in Skyrim.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
I
That's-
can't think of one race where there wasn't like a large number of.
Can I just say, I really want to murder the racist guy who's in the Dark Elf
Which
area
one?
in Wilhelm.
He
Which
runs
one?
around yelling shit
Yeah,
at them.
I like beat him up
He
every time
gets-
we went to the city.
Yeah, he gets drunk and walks around the Grey Quarter yelling
Oh,
things at them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we
anyway,
started about Nintendo.
yeah.
Take your bets, Mario or
let's-
Zelda.
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 Yeah, I think Zelda. Like, I
I'm
love-
gonna have to go Zelda.
I love
yeah.
Mario. I love it. It's so beautiful.
Well,
It's
maybe
so
it's-
colourful
it
and
plays
beautiful.
great.
Yep.
Maybe it'll be the first time in history there's a double. Like it's
Just both of them win.
yeah, they're just like they give up.
Maybe
I know.
Nintendo will just call it. Look, they're both Game of the
Nintendo
Year.
win.
Yeah.
Like, no
Wait,
matter who wins,
you-
they'll put Game of the Year on both of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
you brought up Smash Bros. That's how we settle it. Mario versus Zelda, Fox, Fox only, Final Destination, no items. That's
I'm
it.
down for this.
Yeah.
Like,
Guys, I'm announcing it. We're gonna make it happen. Tune in for our Link versus Mario Smash Bros. Video coming out in the next week.
Yep. The rules
Oh my
will
God.
be Fox
You
only,
play as
Final
Zelda
Destination,
and I'll
no
play as
items.
Peach
Yes.
because I main
We
Peach.
will find
so.
a way. We'll do it here.
I'll fucking
Yeah.
die. Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got the plan. I
We
don't
could-
care who
no,
Mario.
we could
No,
solidly just do it over there.
I don't care who Mario or Link is, but there's Mario or Link, and then there's Peach and Zelda
Yeah.
Yeah.
as the subs,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
but also the main things.
I
that
want
actually-
to do this now.
There goes my news flow. Let's go back to talking about
Oh,
Microsoft.
there's more news.
yeah.
Microsoft is doing.
I
That
thought
was
this
such a
was the
tangent.
end of the news. That's
There
what
was such a big gap at the bottom of your page.
Yeah, I was like, it's the end.
Wow, that was quick.
Because I
Look
don't
So much time for free.
Look at this. I was like, that's the
Stop
end.
judging my notes! Alright, so Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft, he's come out and he said that they plan on debuting a streaming service. So Microsoft plans
Oh,
on
like
doing game
Netflix?
streaming.
Get out of here.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
Yeah, game streaming,
I thought
not,
it was
not,
like Netflix.
not video streaming, no, although it seems... It would have been a good joke a while ago when Microsoft did their press conference. It was like, look at all this media it can do, and people were like, what about the games? Anyway, they've announced that it's coming in the next 3 years.
Okay, so
Why though?
not
That's-
only is it just, I'm pretty
Why
sure we
did
all
they
know why
announce this?
introducing more streaming services is just bad in general.
Yeah.
It's
so
like the
dumb.
whole cable thing. That's why cable died.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 years?
Yeah, so that's where you tune out and you're like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Here's the one saving grace of this story. You don't need to own an Xbox.
No, that's not
So-
a saving grace.
It
How
is.
much is
Of
it?
course
How much
You
is
don't
the
need to
monthly
own an
fee?
Xbox.
Well, we don't know. But you
Microsoft
can
And
use it
did
for
for
no,
computers.
PC.
yeah, this wasn't Xbox
Oh.
instead. It was
Well,
Microsoft.
yeah, that's
Microsoft
true.
does computers.
And
Do you
it-
know
it
about
does it-
Windows?
It does
Yeah,
it for
yeah.
Xbox and
Do
Windows.
you know
Like,
about
obviously
Windows?
it supports Xbox.
Well,
But,
yeah.
like,
Little guy.
Xbox and Windows.
like,
Get out of here. But, also the problem is
I
that...
have the notes now.
No, you don't. They're making it in 3 years, but they're competing with something that's out now. Like, PlayStation 4 has PlayStation Now. You can get
Oh,
current
really?
generation
Yeah.
games. You can be subscribed to their service. You get current generation games. And
Oh,
you're essentially
it's a
lending the
game
games.
streaming service.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they
No.
were doing Twitch.
We were
No.
talking. We were all talking Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I thought we were
what?
doing-
We literally said Netflix.
No,
not
no, no.
Netflix.
I knew what you were talking
Oh.
about.
I thought
Yeah.
it was Netflix, and
Yeah.
then I thought it was Twitch, because you said streaming, and you're like,
No,
no, not
no.
media streaming.
game
and I'm like, what do you
streaming.
mean media?
Game streaming, as in you play a video game, it streams to your computer
Yeah.
as you're doing
In
it.
that
That's
case, let me-
stupid.
let me-
Yes.
That's
I'm-
Yeah,
fucking
this is the
ridiculous.
dumbest
Yeah.
thing in the world.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this, and
Dumb.
like, it takes so long to install one fucking game.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that online? There is no fucking internet in the world that can support that shit.
Well, the
Not
idea
Australia.
of it is
No,
that it...
US has worse
Austra-
internet than us.
No.
they're not as bad as us, but
They have
it's
worse,
still
like,
not
they
great.
have areas that can't get
Yeah.
connected, but they have faster
Let-
internet.
They're not
Yeah.
going to make...
Yeah.
Better coverage.
Yeah.
Just shit overall.
Yeah. The like the thing about it is that it's like apparently, and that's why it's like, okay, you're gonna get it working in 3 years. That's how long it's gonna take for you to get the technology, because they've tried it in the
Like,
past.
somebody just
There's
get a
been so many-
PlayStation. Just somebody buy a PlayStation and copy it.
like there's
Pull that shit
so
apart.
many there's so many of these services, and you know why they've never heard of them? Because they don't work.
No,
But
nobody wants that.
Gamefly is one of them. Have any of you guys heard
No,
of
I've
Gamefly?
never heard of that before.
Exactly.
Never
It's
heard of
useless. It's absolutely useless.
It's such an impossible fucking task for now, and I can't see it getting better in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I think you are literally talking about a future that is like 10 years away.
I feel like Phil Spencer's been talking to Elon Musk.
Maybe.
Like, with the timelines...
Yeah.
It's just wrong. It's just, this is not right. You're too soon. And it's not going to go well.
Also,
Like,
don't-
PlayStation, this is the same shit we said with PlayStation. It's dumb.
It's a
Stop.
great idea, though.
Yeah, but it's not,
just
it's
the
not
technology's
executable.
not
the thing is, it's
Yeah.
an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. More good news, I guess, if you're a PlayStation owner. We keep shitting on Xbox so much. It's like, hey, here's some good PlayStation news.
I will never be kind to Xbox.
I know.
I try.
I
So,
will never.
Those
Okay,
are
can
the
we
ones
just,
that
like,
make-
be a little pro Microsoft just for a second here?
I have a Windows.
only for a
computer.
second, though.
Cross-platform play, I like
Yeah.
it.
Done.
I like it. It's good. It's good for a PC player. That's,
Mate,
you know.
can you play
It's a
Ark?
console too.
Can you play Ark with us now?
No, they're pushing for it.
I hope so. I hope you get it.
Yeah, PlayStation is fucking around people with that. But anyway, so there's a new system for PSN, which is like, it sounds good, but then you're like, oh yeah, this is just nothing.
Is
But
it another game streaming service?
no. So basically, there's a new rewards program that basically, when you get achievements for games, you earn credits which you can trade in for wallet funds. So you can get, you can essentially buy
So,
your games with your
Razer Core.
achievements.
The Razer's new service.
I actually don't know about that.
So Razer recently has been partnering with game developers, Blizzard, and a bunch of other big ones. I think PUBG is coming in now or soon. But basically, when you play their games through the Razer launcher,
Yeah.
you earn money that you can spend on Razer products.
That's
Excuse
interesting.
me? Razer coming for
excused.
Steam Spot.
It's actually brilliant though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
no, that's...
And, like, sure, it was only... Oh, no, it would have been a few months ago now that we started seeing people buying the products. It takes a while to get it, obviously,
Well, yeah.
because Razer shit ain't cheap. But, it's just a really awesome way to reward players for playing games.
It feels to me like there's a guy, oh god, I can't remember. He's a really famous WoW streamer, you might know him. But he's basically he streams from like a team house, and he was it Swifty? I don't know if it was Swifty.
It wasn't Swifty!
It might have been Swifty.
Gotta get Swifty.
Oh my god.
But basically he
Swifty owns the house. It's not going to be him.
Well, no, that's the thing. He owns the house, so basically he streams, and while you're watching the stream, the longer you watch it, the more of the Swifty points you earn. I'm gonna keep saying it's Swifty. I'm not 100% sure it's him, but I'm just using his name.
Swifty points.
Basically, you earn these points. If you get enough points, you get rewards. One of the highest tier of rewards is
to
you get to
come-
come and
yeah,
visit
to
the,
come
the
hang out.
streamer house. You get
No,
to come
I
hang out
actually
with
think
them.
that was Swifty.
Okay.
It was Swifty?
Okay, but how...
It feels
how,
a bit like
okay, so
that.
how are PlayStation doing? 'Cause we,
So yeah, so here's
what are
like,
their
thing is-
rewards? You get wallet funds.
yeah.
So you're just paying for your PSN
Well,
every
That's what it
day you
sounds
play? Like,
well, so basically how it works
That's
is
that's
that
how people pay for World of Warcraft now.
yeah. So basically, what happens
was
is,
50.
so you get 100 points for each 100 silver trophy for every So you get 100 points for 100 silver trophies that you've got
Oh, that's
across
bullshit.
all games.
No,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. No, fuck that.
You get 250 points for 25 gold trophies and 1,000 points for 10 platinum points.
Okay, but
for
how,
10
how do the
platinum.
points translate to wallet funds?
1,000 is $10 of wallet funds.
No, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
No.
it's bullshit. It's terrible.
Because most games on PS4 only come out with 50 achievements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's including platinum and gold.
Yeah.
So for Overwatch, I've got
Yeah.
about halfway. I wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's
And
you wouldn't have
$10
anything.
is about.
Yeah.
You can
to
buy
to
like
100% 2 games and make $10 out of it.
No. To 100%, a platinum trophy is if you get every single trophy. So if you, you'd have to 100%. Well, you'd need to get all of the silver and all of the gold ones. But just from platinum, you need 100% 10 games to get $10 worth of value.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a bit shit.
well, no, that would stack up.
Yeah. Well, it's
But consider
It's-
how much time
it
you're
was-
sinking in for
still-
$10. You
Yeah.
could just
Yeah.
literally get a job.
yeah.
Literally
Just go on the street and be like, "Can I borrow $10?" A stranger will give it to you
There
for
is a
less
chance-
hours.
Yeah. There is less
that's-
work into, I don't know, anything else you do.
Begging, just
Like,
beg.
Yeah, like $10 isn't hard to come by. It reminds me of I worked at a shout out to BP petrol stations.
Boo.
I used to work
yeah.
I used to work at BP, and they had like velocity frequent flyers, and they're like, "Oh, we're working on a campaign where you can if you get a certain amount of points, you can get $10 off your fuel." How long does it take to build up these points? About a year and a half. $10 off your fuel.
And it's just $10 off like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, $10 off is a one-time thing, so you'll swipe the card and it'll pop up, "Do you want $10 off of your fuel today?" And you're like, "Yes, I do." "Oh, that's taken off a bunch of your points."
Yeah. Everyday rewards card did the same thing to me.
Yeah, they're
Why would
shit.
you waste your frequent flyer points on...
Exactly,
$10
because
of fuel?
velocity
Because
is
it's great advertising if you keep swiping this card, eventually you'll get money off your fuel.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is. Play your games for free money on PSN. Don't look into the details. Keep playing our games on PSN.
Okay,
You will
so-
get free money.
I will give them this. People are going to play games anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
gets
that's-
free
that's
money.
exactly
It is just free money.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just us... Now, I'm sure to some generations this is just us being needy millennials.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's bullshit.
And, yeah, also,
It's not even
allow...
paying for itself.
No.
But also,
This one's also
allow me
basic
to be the cynical fuck in the room
Is
who says...
that not what we're all doing?
So, if, say you own a game on both your place, maybe you own all of the consoles, maybe you own on an Xbox, maybe you own on a PC. Which one are you more likely to go to? The one that's going to give you money, in quotation marks, for every achievement that you earn? Or the other consoles?
I see
You're
where
going to get
you're
the one that gets you
runs.
free
I
money.
assume we're ignoring the fact that it's PC superior.
Well, yes, we are ignoring the fact that
Okay,
PC is
cool.
superior.
So yeah,
But it's like that's the point though. It's like if you're like, okay, well this game handles fine with the controller, I guess. I don't care about the things,
Yeah.
you know. I want to sit down on the couch. If I'm gonna play a game that the achievements will give me tons of bucks, which it'll give you $10 eventually, but it's then you're gonna play that one, and that's the kind of thing that's like, okay, it feels, it's not like on having loot box level of
What
disingenuous, but
what
it's
was that game we talked about a while ago? The achievements one, the really
Oh, God.
bad one.
the one that has like 1,000 achievements.
Do you think they got rid of that?
5-star
for
top
this?
rated is the name of
Yeah,
the
do you
game.
think they got rid of 5-star top rated and all that crap just for this?
Oh,
They
I
had to
fucking
have.
hope so. That actually,
That makes more sense than it.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Won't
Yeah.
that make this worse though?
Oh,
Won't
yeah.
it make
No,
that shit worse?
It might make them monitor it closer.
No, they have
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
that
that is- it
5-star
is a
top
good
rated
initiative.
game would pay for itself under this new system.
And all the other games on your library.
Yeah.
So, it's just like a vague idea that's like a cool feature, but it's nothing.
Yeah, it's
No, yeah,
it's
it's
nothing.
just a
It's just a
nothing.
little, hey, here's a thing.
Oh, but you bet Sony's gonna milk the hell out of it now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
And then,
it's
and then Xbox will come up with a thing to counter it that'll be just as bad. And it'll
But available in 3 years.
and eventually, yes.
It'll be twice as expensive
Yeah.
for no reason.
So, but people listening at home, you might have thought, hey, they've taken like a month off. They're probably not going to talk about microtransactions again.
We will do it.
Haha, you dang fools.
And you know what? You know what? We're gonna get our weekly dose of Overwatch in here, I reckon. I
Oh,
reckon we can do
we're
it.
definitely going to talk about Overwatch
microtransactions.
because fucking BlizzCon happened. But
yeah.
we're saving that for last because we
Okay.
know that we're
It's
just
gonna,
gonna.
it's gonna be a long boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
A
long
lot
boy.
happened.
So basically, so microtransactions, at an investor conference, which I would take this with a grain of salt because investor conferences, they like to talk a lot of shit. But, what happened was, Strauss Zelnick, is the CEO of Take-Two, plans to base all of the future games that they release around, recurring consumer spending.
Oh my god, myself.
Which, so basically,
Which
rather
sounds
than...
like another way of saying
games as a service. Rather, they want to base it on that rather than basing it on game sales. So they've said it doesn't mean that all of their games going forwards are going to be multiplayer, which honestly,
it does.
to everybody, that sounds worse. It's going to be single player games that you're shoving microtransactions into. Oh, I messed up the word. But, like, anyway.
That's bad.
But, so...
I can make you worry more.
Uh?
Do you want me to?
Okay,
Great.
sure. Yeah.
The wording of that made it sound like they're talking subscriptions.
Well, it does, doesn't it? Recurring consumer...
Subscription-based
Yeah, imagine-
single player.
yeah.
Get out.
Ooh, oh, that's my
But
favorite.
imagine how
Oh,
much
that's-
money Bethesda would make if Skyrim was subscription based.
You know, I would
Nothing
just
to
stop
do
playing
with everyone
games. I
on
would
the
literally just stop playing games.
Well,
I can't. I like.
can't play
Okay.
Skyrim for free.
Literally, I sign up to Crunchyroll every other fucking month and then forget about it, and it charges me a second month when I've already watched what I was trying to watch.
True.
And it's just
That's
that
right.
would happen so much
good
that I
anime
cannot
life.
do it.
Just subscribe to every game that you play. Every
I'm
3
currently
hours of
subscribed
game
to
that you play, you
Funimation.
have to give us another
Oh.
$30.
3 hours.
Oh,
Can you imagine that? Well, most games these days are like 8 hours. They got to make it 3 hours because then you've got to pay for extra. Because then
That's true.
you're paying for 9 hours. You've got an hour extra that you're
How
paying
would
for.
single player games as a service work?
Badly and just not consumer friendly.
Shadow of Mordor.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair though.
Also,
Fair point.
Yeah.
NBA 2K18, which
I've-
it is multiplayer, but this is made by 2K
Yeah,
Games.
I'm
and-
terrible. I completely ignore sports games.
You
Yeah.
can like buy a lot of sports games. FIFA, you can buy players.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
they
yeah,
would do.
I knew that. But I didn't
Yeah.
And
think about
so
it.
basically, they have like from what I know, they have like a really shitty they have basically like a freemium economy in their $60 sports title.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
like you buy microtransaction currency and stuff. This was coincidentally also by 2K and came up in the same conference. But basically, the executive says that they're going to listen to advice about, people who are saying
Okay,
that
I'll-
My
this is-
advice.
that
Yeah.
this is shady
Alright, Trojan
practice.
first,
My
then I'll-
advice.
Okay,
My advice.
yep.
Don't do
Okay.
it.
That's good advice.
That is-
Just
that
be
is- that is a
friendly
good
to your
start.
customers. Support them and make them love your games. Then they'll keep coming back and buying your new titles.
Some advice and something that made my heart lift a little bit is that Destiny did microtransactions really well.
Did it?
It did. Destiny 2 is actually really good when it comes to it.
I don't like how they did the shaders. I don't.
No.
The 3-color thing.
Having played it, I'm about to explain why it's not a terrible thing.
All right.
So basically the way it works is once you hit max level, you can purchase bright engrams and everything in it is cosmetic.
Okay.
First big point.
So I'm already on board.
Already,
Yeah,
George is
that's
on
okay.
board. Gabby's on board.
Yeah.
Ryan's still skeptical.
Yes.
I can fix this. You can also earn them by leveling up beyond level 20.
Cool.
Now, you still progress at a very decent rate and it doesn't scale. So you will continue earning levels. I can earn 3, maybe 4 levels in just half a day. So you're going to get these bright engrams all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And then if you just feel like whoring, you can go out and spend some money.
Yeah, Ryan's brother has a bright pink outfit and bright pink car, so I don't know how long
I've got
that took.
everything I need to do it. I just
Yeah.
the only reason I'm hoarding my shaders at the moment is because I want to use them on good pieces of armor.
Yeah, it's similar. The Guild Wars does that too. Guild Wars has a lot of cosmetic items,
they
but like
do.
specifically the paints and stuff.
Yep.
There a lot of them you can buy little paint packs.
Any other worries I can ease for you?
I feel like you kind of need to go with one or the other. They either need to be consumable or they need to not be separated into different parts so that you have like so the fact that it's consumable for the different items that you have really, I don't like that. Like if it was infinite and you had to paint the different parts of your armor, then that would be fine because they're infinite, but it's since you have to do...
So you're getting to like a supply demand thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically,
it's
that's
kind
not
of
a
that.
problem either.
But
Because the rate that bright engrams drop,
Because you can still get them through leveling
in there and other items, that just is not a problem.
Nah.
The thing that
Well,
makes
you've
it
actually
okay
played
for
the
me.
game, so I will
The
actually,
thing that makes it okay for me is that you can choose to earn them through leveling.
Yeah, you
It's
can
just
also,
a-
yeah.
Also,
It's just
I
an
can make
option
it
of
even
convenience.
better. In bright engrams, you get like ghosts and ships and sparrows and stuff, and you can just straight up dismantle these things and turn it into bright dust, which you can then use to purchase your favorite shaders.
Yeah.
No microtransactions required.
Also, the thing I don't like,
I can fix it.
the place that you go to get the level up bright engrams is also the place that you go to buy them. So you have to go through the like, buy, this thing you
Well,
just
that's
earned from
just
leveling up.
psychological.
Come and buy. Well,
Like-
exactly.
No.
That's what I don't like.
I don't.
I'm not.
I mean,
it's not
it's
particularly
in their
egregious.
interest.
It's just like
that
that's
is
a
like-
bit.
You're scraping the bottom of the barrel here, Ryan.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, that's
I
really
don't
not
like
that
it.
much to complain about. Their stores are in the same place.
What? You mean the place that you can purchase them from is where you open them from too?
Yeah, because it's a microtransaction code.
It's also
anyway.
just efficient.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to have to move. I wouldn't even have to want to switch
it's,
vendors to turn around to
No,
open
even
it.
if they're right next to each other,
Yeah.
that's like a lot of effort.
It is like trading in WoW when you buy stuff off the auction house in
Trying
WoW.
to do that on console.
Bad.
There's complaining about controls now.
But basically, so like.
Tangent.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
so that was a tangent. But so they've said, but the game's reviewing. Like they're like, the game's reviewing good though, so you don't really have anything to worry about. Like they are reviewing good. That is a thing. A common theme in every review that I've seen is that they complain that they feel like the progression is fucked, and they feel like the reason for that is because of the microtransactions. And that's a common thing in multiple reviews, and it's like, so. You're telling us that just because you made a good game and literally even the reviewers are saying what you're doing is bad, and yet you're like, but our game's reviewing good, so who even cares? It's like, that's...
I don't read reviews, I just see the star rating.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what most people do as well.
They made games.
He does.
I'm almost certain that he does, yeah.
Probably.
And our final thing, which does actually go nicely into BlizzCon. What? No. You can talk about. Okay, you can
not the
talk
final
about it
thing.
now. You can talk about it now.
Sims 4 Pets has come out.
Oh, yes.
George is very excited.
that's
holy
fair.
shit, we're gonna have to change our playthrough. Like, here's 10 children and
15 animals! And
I can say one cat, but like, yeah.
you don't understand. I make houses for my animals, like rooms in the house, and then I'm like, only care about the pets.
Just
You're gonna need a bigger
just
phone,
wait
man.
for Georgia and Gabby
have
to
the
do the
biggest-
crazy cat
You need a
lady
bigger one.
challenge.
Ryan!
We need to do it on my channel.
Ryan!
Why have I done this?
It's a great plan, though.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's
just,
important.
never leave the house and have a lot of cats.
Yeah.
You can get
I mean,
everything
what
delivered.
you're
Yeah,
not
they-
be as self-employed.
Yeah.
Animals can get jobs.
What?
Shut the fuck up.
Animals have often been able to get jobs in The Sims, but now animals have outfits. Yeah, and they can have like neon hair.
I didn't know these things, and now I'm quite happy.
Everybody
about
get excited.
I've been holding off buying Sims 4, but
It's time.
The pets one is always the one that fucks me up as well. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'll play this for pets. Pets are fun.
I've never really been too keen on like all the stuff packs and even like pets and stuff. It's always been like
University
the
for
new
me has
cities and
always
stuff.
been the Boy. University has been the one.
Yeah,
University's pretty
was
fun.
super fun. And also it was like brand new for what they were doing. It was like a whole... It was like such a mini game, but
Yeah.
at the same time...
Yeah,
it was, like,
it like adds progression
in
and
Sims
stuff.
1, pets. Oh boy, all those houses and hot dates. But Sims 2,
Sims 2 is...
University, when they brought that in.
I'm pretty sure Sims 2 is still like the best Sims game.
Yeah, honestly,
everyone
I
I've
go
talked
back
to.
to play it, and it's just always.
They might look like
It
weird,
looks real bad, but
long anime people,
yeah.
but like their eyes.
But
are
sometimes
full
that's what you want.
Yeah.
Also, alien babies.
Yeah, well, you can have,
Yeah.
you can still have alien babies.
But they added a
Sims
lot
3.
of content.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
Who
like-
told you that?
I've played that game so much. It's never
A male needs to go on a telescope.
a lot. I always have a nerd in the house.
Is it outside?
Obviously.
Okay, well, not outside. Sometimes I put it inside by a
You can earn a
window.
lot of money from finding stars.
Well, sometimes I put it inside by a window. If I have a nerd room. Anyway.
Put it on the
I
balcony
got
that
that
leads
you
into the nerd room.
Well, see,
obviously.
that's nice. It's classy.
So,
Teach you about Sims 3 architecture.
yeah. Let's scoot on back to the news.
Yeah, so Sims
Well,
4
that
Pets
is-
is out.
That is news,
That's
you're right.
the exciting news.
That is exciting news.
Yeah.
Play cats,
I'm
play
proud of you.
dogs, horses.
As long as they have that sick skeletons fur that they used to
Oh my
have.
god.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Halloween pets.
I was about to say, can we get this like skeleton cats?
Yeah, they were like just a normal thing would be a skeleton cat.
Nice.
Nice.
So cute.
So, Mike Morheim, the CEO, Blizzard.
He's a gnome.
He is a gnome. He sounds like a gnome. And looks kind of like a gnome. Like,
He
in
is
the
not a
face.
little person, he just looks like a gnome.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I just realized, yeah.
Yeah, he's got like the gnome
I just realized
nose,
that might have been
face.
construed very
Yeah.
badly.
You're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mike Morheim, basically, he's come out in a statement. He was, like, post BlizzCon, which we're about to talk about, a lot of interviews with him. And he's, basically, he's said that he believes that Overwatch is outside of the loot box problem. He thinks that here's the
No,
loot box
baby.
problem, and here over the
No,
other
no,
side
no.
is Overwatch. Basically,
That's not
he's
what I
saying
thought he
that
was saying.
he's using the excuses that everybody uses. Oh, you know, it's cosmetic, and oh, you can't trade it in for real world money and stuff. So it's completely, you know, those are the only problems
Yeah,
that people
okay.
have with loot boxes. We're outside
While
of the
I
problem.
was defending Destiny 2's bright engram system, it's still straight up gambling.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And same with Overwatch.
Mm.
That's
All
why
loot
I really
boxes
like.
are gambles.
Like,
all
yeah,
of
the
them.
gambling is the problem here, not...
It is the problem.
Yeah.
And the UK have realised this. Because they've actually started an investigation into gambling in digital media.
Good.
Yeah.
Which is
Because children play
amazing.
Overwatch.
Yeah, and that's how they're gonna learn stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, it's like they're doing it, you know, they're getting... You can get them when you level up. You can get them in events and you can buy them. That's the
Yeah.
best system for loot boxes, but there still needs to be restrictions on who can buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
thing is, even if they put age restrictions on
People are
like,
gonna
editing
lie.
out-
Yeah, no, it is very difficult to
Yeah.
properly regulate. But any form
There's
of
gotta be
regulation
a
is better
way.
than none.
Yeah.
Like, even if Overwatch, like, as soon as you launch it, said, like, let's have, like, an age thing.
I'm
Even,
pretty
like,
sure it
not
is
even
age
just, like,
capped anyway.
like asking
Well, it has
for
a
your age, just, like,
rating,
age
but-
brackets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like a,
Like, if they did just did, like, under 12, 12 to
Yeah, and then they have safe chat
12 to
on for all the
16,
babes.
16, 18, 18 plus.
Yeah.
And then, boom, you've got safe chat, content filtering,
Yeah, but
gambling
you-
restrictions.
You need to be 18 to have a PSN.
Well, that's an interesting point that I didn't know.
So
My little sister is illegal.
Yeah, no,
I'm-
that's the thing. There are children who just have their parents' cards.
Yeah.
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 So like it doesn't even matter if the game itself. It's not the game. I really
Yeah.
just don't think it's Overwatch's place to try it.
I think
I
that,
think it's-
I think that
I
if
think it's
anybody
Well,
if
I
anybody could
think
try it,
because
it could be
Overwatch is
Blizzard.
on so
Yeah.
many platforms,
Yeah.
it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
And
I
also
don't-
that they
like-
they're just rolling in money.
Yeah.
The
They
thing
can afford
is,
to live a
Yeah.
Have you seen their studios?
Yes.
They're literally rolling in money.
It is
Yeah.
the dream to visit.
It needs to be.
They have a 50-foot lesbian guarding that place.
It's true.
Right?
They do.
Like, actually.
Actually, that's not even like a
Yeah.
Google
It's
it.
it's also confirmed that
Okay,
the
no. Don't Google 50-foot lesbian.
I mean,
there's-
We never
See
know what
where
you'll
it takes
find,
you.
but like, caution.
the
fetish round.
a Blizzard employee actually confirmed that the big orc outside of Blizzard Studios is also gay.
Yeah, he's gay.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But it's like
I
it
just
needs
love
to
how
be.
they, like, see that out there, see that giant orc. He's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Those
just turns
are
around
not
and they're
right.
like, this is a business meeting about marketing.
This is
that what-
marketing. We didn't market this.
Yeah, they're like, oh, good.
You just look out the window. Zug, am I right, guys?
But basically, it's like it needs to be something that happens on the industry as a whole. It's not
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
it's part of like there is steps that they could take, but it is something that needs to be like an industry-wide regulation.
Well, it needs to be a government regulation, and unfortunately, like if Australia is anything to go example, that they can just pay out the government, and then here's a special zone where you
It's-
can get.
Nah.
It does seem though that things are changing. Like I said, with the Great Britain's investigation
that's
into it, it is. But if Great Britain does something about it, that could very easily ripple into the EU, and then that'll just make its way probably to Australia next, then to Asia, and then of course, just like the recent Paris agreements, lol politics, America will be last.
Yeah, America will be lost.
And also, there's the things with China where they force them to release the statistics of the loot boxes. How like,
Honestly,
they like
when
to get
things
that
are
stuff.
rarer, it just makes me want to buy more to get them more chances. Though.
That's literally gambling.
I know. I'm like, oh, it's hard.
That jackpot's
Yeah.
pretty rare.
Knowing the chances there's actually fuck me, I'm like, okay, so I should get one every 12 loot boxes because they've said said it's 1 in
No,
12. If I get
that's-
12 loot boxes, I will get a legendary.
Literally, my thought. I'm just like, I'll get something.
Yeah.
Like literally, when
No point in
Halloween
buying
or
the
something-
5 or 10.
Yeah, because
Buy the 20.
in Halloween, I was like, oh, there's 3 loot boxes. I'm guaranteed at least 1 skin since the no duplicate thing, and I
Yeah.
didn't play all 3 loot boxes. Just don't care.
No, I bought my Mercy skin and I moved on.
Oh, I completely forgot to log back in, get my Mercy skin, and then just leave.
Yeah.
I just didn't care this year.
Yeah, I did not care at all.
I
And
wanted Zaya's like awesome skin, but yeah.
Are
That's
you
the one I
saying
was
that
gonna buy.
the overuse of a certain tactic within games is just boring people and losing
Yeah.
its charm?
honestly,
What?
like they have these loot boxes, and that's the only progression. Like there is progression, like if you're doing say competitive, and there is progression in your level, but the level is
But
purely cosmetic.
Yeah, no, it's
Silver
casual.
trim around my
It's-
number.
Yeah, it's purely like
It's
it's like I
It
don't
means
care.
nothing, and like people
But
just
Overwatch
some
would not
people
work if
just
there were
grind
gameplay
out.
changes.
No.
people play this days at a time, and I'm like, how I get. Literally, I get
Yeah.
depression if I play for more than 2 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I have to log off after about 10 games because I'm like, this is.
Maybe-
I'm just.
I don't
Yeah,
understand
bad.
people because the progression is so forced as well because it's literally just be in a game, finish the game inside the
Yeah.
game, and you will progress at some point. And it's like I see people that are crazy higher ranked than me, and they can't. Like they're just significantly worse than me, and I'm like, how? I have 1 star.
I want to bring up Destiny 2 again, because that's also done really well with that. It's just been really good.
Yeah.
But in Destiny 2, there are challenges and these things reset weekly. One of them is to play and win, play games in the Crucible, which is its PvP mode.
Yeah.
Now, you can just do it by rocking up and AFKing, but at an incredibly slower rate.
Yeah.
If you are good, you'll progress faster because you're getting kills, you're getting more participation is the word they use. So yeah, it's incentivizing getting good.
Yeah, my hours for Left 4 Dead. I mean, Left 4 Dead. Oh, we don't go there. My hours for Overwatch.
I don't even want to look up mine.
Oh, mine is it's like 37.
37 hours
Yeah.
and you're 100. Okay. Yeah,
It's not
That
bad.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
that's not bad. Yeah, I'm on 2 stars. I'm about halfway through 2 stars. And, like, I just don't care. Like, Moira's coming out and stuff. I'm like,
I don't care about it. Do you want to know? Do you want to know something?
I
24 of those hours are playing Mercy.
Yeah. See, like, you go there to play a very certain thing, but I'm there to go talk to my friends most of the time. They're like, oh, I need someone to play on. I'm like, I guess I'll go on. Like, I literally did Halloween Terror about 6 times, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna not do this. Like, it just feels like a big waste of time.
Well, it was just the same thing again. Like, it was different, but the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I only ever play arcade anyway, because it's the only thing that interests me anymore.
I was logging on
fast
to do my
progression as
competitive
well.
and then leaving.
The only thing I find exciting about it is Mystery Heroes, because it is
It is
literally like...
It's fun.
I
most
play the
exciting
fuck out of Mystery Heroes,
Yeah,
and
that's the
honestly,
other thing I play.
it's good because it's making me a better player.
Yeah.
Like, I can play pretty much everyone. I suck with most of them, but I can play them.
Yeah,
and
like,
that's the thing.
I feel
when
like
people
competitive
ask me-
players would train in Mystery Heroes.
Yeah. Well, like, when
That's
people...
utility.
You need to be
Yeah, when
versatile.
people are like, oh, I main this and I only do quick play, I'm like, you're a boring person and go outside.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like, why are you only doing quick play?
that's so fucking boring.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
like you
I hate
shouldn't.
quick
You should
play.
like you. Of course, have your main, but like you shouldn't be so stuck in
Hey,
stone in quick
They
play.
are an ace Widowmaker, I'll have you
Oh
know.
my god, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But,
Alright.
yeah, it's just like, I love Overwatch and lore and stuff, and I think they're doing very good work. Personally, like, I'm not in the mood to game, and like,
Yeah.
for
It's-
anything, and
I
like,
thought
least
that
of
it
all,
was
a
the
game that
most
doesn't
accessible
operate.
game for me to be like, oh, here's a little reward of my, like, you know, hour or
Yeah.
two work, you know, hour or two of game. But no, it's just not.
I
It's
have
not
lovely people
rewarding
right
enough.
now.
It's just not rewarding enough
Yeah.
for me. And it's not because of loot boxes, because I am pretty lucky with skins.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's just not rewarding enough for me to be like, this is the game I'm going to do. I would literally rather just play Left 4 Dead.
I think it's just overexposure, to be honest. Like,
Maybe.
a lot of the people I've been talking to about it are just like, they're just getting bored of the system. And that's in every game. It's not just Overwatch, it's not just Destiny. It's just every single game.
Overwatch is the
loot box
first game this
system
has happened to me, though.
is getting just overdone.
Yeah, it's getting stale, and that's honestly its biggest enemy is itself. Like, they're gonna overuse it, it's gonna get stale, and they're still gonna release it when people are sick of it, and then
course.
there's gonna be pushback, and then, like, because the problem is, the masses don't care about loot boxes. It's people like us sitting around doing a podcast, and it's people on internet forums that care.
Yeah.
It's not the general gaming public. They're like, oh, you know, this is cool. I get free things and there's bright colors.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
not
nice.
that true.
No, I think if
There's
you talk
pop
to
culture
the
references.
gaming public, they'll go, yeah, I maybe spent like $12.99.
Our young Overwatch player friend, he's 11. One day he will be in the Olympics. He's an amazing gymnast, and he is working towards the Olympics. But in his spare time, he likes to play Overwatch with his
He'll go
friends.
into the Olympics, and then he'll also win the Overwatch World Championship.
Maybe he
Blizzcon
will.
in the same year.
Maybe
Whoa.
he will.
I'm cool.
But you know, he's like, oh, I would really love this skin.
Yeah.
And then, but so he like is, you know, and he's 11, and he's like, I want these skins. But yeah, it worries me for him.
It's like there's just not enough reward.
Skin box.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah, it's just Skinner boxes.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about BlizzCon.
Yeah, since we're already here.
Who wants
Yeah,
to start?
well,
who's the most excited?
BlizzCon, I was honestly
I'm
not
very
as
upset.
hype
I
as
need to
most
talk
years.
about now. We usually make an event out of BlizzCon, and we didn't this year. And I love Jaina, and I'm glad that Jaina is going to be slightly more featured. And I love
Jane's gonna be
Ajara.
in Brisbane this weekend.
I know. What's her name? Right? Ajara. Ajara. I can't say it.
Ashara.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get
It's
a
hard to say.
signature of it.
Well,
Too much.
we'll,
Too much.
we'll talk about
Why
the
am I
actual. We'll go through it game by
Why am I
game.
print?
We'll go through it
No,
game
I'm
by
talking
game.
Get
about my
signed by her.
BlizzCon experience.
Okay, you're talking about the experience. That's okay.
Yeah.
We can talk about experiences.
And
then
I'm
we'll-
excited about that, Ajara being the enemy, because she's been one of my favourite baddies forever. But I thought I was spread misinformation that the Blood Elves race sub got to be High Elves, and it wasn't that, and I've been wanting High Elves for so long, and I was ready to resub. Currently I have time on my account, but that's because my brother legally shares my
So
account.
for people who don't know
Yeah.
what Georgia is talking about, at BlizzCon they announced that with the next expansion they'll be adding sub races for 8 of the
6.
six of the
There'll be
current
more
races.
eventually, but
There will be
6
more
right now.
eventually, and we've discussed, I think, what we think those will be.
Yeah.
But, so, there will be sub-races for the Tauren, Night Elves,
Blood
Elves,
Trolls?
Trolls,
Trolls,
yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Dwarves.
Dwarves. There we go, that's
Gnomes.
No
dwarves.
gnomes.
We
Oh, we were
were
talking
thinking the other
about,
night,
yeah.
We all know, okay, let's get
Yeah.
this out of the way. When gnomes come out, it's going to be leper gnomes, not mecha gnomes, because the whole plot line.
I think they might do
No,
a
the
surprise.
whole plot's
Yeah.
the leper gnomes thing. If it's not, I'm going to unsub.
But
Well,
basically,
I think you might be unslipping.
But basically,
agree, but-
Georgia was hoping that they would be high elves, and they weren't. And I told her they were high elves because I was skimping through the information.
have
I
been
feel bad because
asking-
I let her down.
I've been asking for high elves for years. In my mind, my Blood Elf OC character, my main,
Yeah.
she's a mage, and in my mind, she is a high elf.
How, just lore-wise, how do you distinguish between a blood elf and high elf again?
Taller.
Oh, okay.
No, it's they don't have green eyes because the green eyes is from the fell.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's a fell thing.
Yeah,
okay.
they
That's
have
cool.
blue eyes.
Yeah.
And slightly different skin tone, I think.
Yeah, okay. So
No,
it's
they
not a
have
fell
the
thing.
same skin tone spectrum, but they are taller.
Okay.
They are a lot
Just have to say
taller.
it's a fell thing.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
fell thing.
Fell shrinks you, apparently.
Look at the imps.
Can I ask a very fair
Yeah?
question?
Yes.
Always.
If I started WoW now,
That was
would
a terrible question.
Yeah, would I ever be able to catch up with anything?
Yes,
Yes.
you definitely would, and I would play with you.
You will, because they force you to.
Well, they don't
like,
force
I would
you.
have
No,
to.
they very much do. I'm pretty sure they give you a level 100 boost for free when you.
Okay, well, yeah, you could be
purchase the
boosted,
game.
but I would highly suggest not using that until you...
Also,
Yeah.
like leveling up is really quick.
Yeah, leveling up is the best part of the game, in
Also,
my
I
opinion.
need good internet, so I'm probably not going to do it.
Oh,
for
you do
ages.
not need good internet to
Oh.
play WoW.
If you
Not
are,
to-
if
only
you
if you
are
wanna
going
raid.
to get into WoW, wait until we're transitioning here. Wait until the next expansion, which has been released, Battle for Azeroth.
Well,
drops.
I think a little bit before then to have to be able to
Well,
experience the new expansion
like
with everybody.
the
Yeah.
pre-launch event,
Yeah.
sure. But
My
because
panel
I
WoW
would,
expert.
I can almost guarantee that leveling zones are going to change. But they have to.
Yeah, they will.
Because I think we should just drop a big spoiler alert.
Oh, it's
right
fine.
here. Just in case.
Yeah.
Just from here on out.
This is Blizzcon spoilers.
Yeah. But so basically, the Night Elf, Blood Elf, and Undead, and
Because I know you'll probably want to play
No, that
a
was
Blood
it.
Elf.
Yeah.
Night Elf, Blood Elf, and Undead
You look-
starting areas
You
are
look
changing.
kind of like a Blood
Yeah.
Elf.
But,
Like, in
so
the
this
real
is
life.
confirmed. It's all sharding technology. It only happens at level 100.
Okay.
Sorry, 110.
Phase.
Oh.
Phase stuff.
It's phased. You still
Okay,
have the same
so-
starting zones.
Okay. Never mind. So
Objectively,
not
the best time to play WoW is to be max level when a new expansion drops,
It
so
is
you're
the
doing
truth.
it with everyone.
Yeah.
And it's the funnest experience I
really
have
is.
because
possibly
it's
ever had.
it's the closest thing you get to being genuinely, and you will experience it when you genuinely have no idea what you're doing in the game. And that's the
I
best
think-
part of WoW for me, at least. I'm like, what is this? The world.
That's
The
why.
possibilities are
But
endless.
Before
yeah.
the bubble pops.
Yeah.
Because once
So,
it pops, you can't put
This
it back
expansion
together.
was the one I played the most, and that's because I was level capped before it came out.
Yeah.
I was there exploring everything with everyone day
Yeah.
one. I jumped into the raids day one, going heroic. I was there for the
I
progression.
was one of the
and it
first
was
people to do that
absolutely
old
amazing.
thing. I was, and then Blizzard
old
screwed
thing? Oh,
you know,
right.
for the pet.
That's
and
right.
the mount. And I still don't have the mount because Blizzard screwed me over and I got so mad I unsubbed.
Ouch.
Yeah.
How much is sub?
14 a month, but you can earn it back
Yeah,
in game. You
one-
would
one
need, you
of
will
the
need to be max
systems
level
they
to do
have
that.
Yeah.
is,
But
you can pay for
You
Blizzard
pay for the
currency.
base and then you pay for
oh
sub,
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about like 80, 100?
It wouldn't be any more than 100.
Yeah, no more than 100 because all of the old expansions
You
plus
can get
the
them in a
base
bundle
game
for
are
like 15,
yeah.
20 bucks.
Yeah, less than that now even.
Yeah.
And then the most recent one is the only one you pay full for.
As far as the subscription goes, if you're really impressively good at the game from the get-go, You could pay for 1 month of subscription.
Yeah, you could do that, but a couple months subscription and then you can make your own money and then just buy it in the game.
Considering.
It's worth a shot.
It's really awkward me sitting here in silence.
I know, and I was like, oh, Gabby's gonna be so left out.
I was like, we need to limit it!
No, it's okay. It's a big part of
It's
But,
I would say
so,
it's the biggest part of BlizzCon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the trailer for Battle of Azeroth. Whew.
Honestly, that was one of the
saw
best
a
trailers they've done.
A great
It's so
picture,
good.
a great meme. Who would win? Sylvanas, Banshee Queen, Warlord of the Horde, yada yada yada, titles,
My
giving
wife.
Daenerys a run for her money type level of titles.
She's
Yeah.
my wife.
Right? Or one Priesty Boy, referring to Anduin Wren.
And honestly, I'm
Also,
gonna, like,
let's be honest.
dumb
it's
human.
Anduin at this point.
it's fucking
Sylvanas was
Manduin.
the blood elf who
Manduin.
got turned
Oh,
undead.
the
and
lion
then
helmet?
She's like a banshee.
Ooh.
She's the queen of the
I
undead.
love that.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And she finally
awesome.
showed in the trailer. So she's been around since.
Yeah, she
Love
did
of
her
Lich
scream.
King.
Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
she did the Banshee scream, and like, ooh,
She's a badass. I love
it was
her.
great.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Shivers.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I might watch it.
Yeah, you
The
should
sound.
watch
Oh, it is like even just for like somebody that appreciates animation, like
Yeah.
it's full
no.
CGI and it looks
Blizzard
beautiful.
does well. It's
Yeah.
animating anything.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of their cutscenes during Legion were amazing.
Yeah.
Just every Overwatch short is like shot for shot. I've gone through it shot for shot because I was looking for a screenshot for a
Yeah.
essay, and like the way they direct their eyes, that
It's beautiful.
The original
Yeah.
trailer, holy shit, that's like
Yeah.
such incredible film by itself.
Okay, just I would like
Did
to
it
me
win
seeing
awards?
the original.
Oh no,
it can't.
Dragons did the one with
Me
the
Dragons-
seeing-
yeah, we did-
Me watching the original trailer. I don't know, maybe 5 a.m.
Yeah,
I'm tired because I've been watching BlizzCon all weekend,
this is
and I
2014.
was sobbing.
it's so good.
I just sobbed. Do you remember? I was sitting in bed, sobbing about it.
Like the half the reason I love Overwatch is production design.
Yeah.
and why I'm mad about Moira,
Yeah.
Okay.
but.
Cool. Alright, we're talking
Alright.
about this now.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
let's
let's.
talk about Overwatch.
well, yeah,
When we're
Overwatch.
talking about animation, Honor and Glory came out. Everyone loves Reinhardt.
That was great.
That was
He's 7
that
foot
was great.
tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like that free Shabakadu guy from
Oh,
Vine.
yes! Oh, you give me my hat back, Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in your cup? Vodka, good side, vinegar. He's that guy,
Yeah.
but German.
Yeah. Okay. No. So Reinhardt short. That was. Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that was good. He lost his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're getting a skin of his outfit during short.
Yeah.
which is
Also,
awesome.
okay, is that guy dead?
Oh yeah. No.
Arkansas?
He's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
no,
he?
he
No,
died.
no.
Is he in the?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is that a skeleton?
Yeah,
of
it's a
man?
skeleton.
Oh yeah. No. Definitely.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
It's messed
Reinhardt's
up.
wearing it.
No. He's wearing a different suit.
No. One of the
Oh.
skins is
Yeah.
that
Oh, one
the
of the skins.
overgrown,
Oh,
like
oh,
yeah.
oh.
Maybe he just can't just like.
you!
Yeah.
Pulling his skeleton out of
Oh god.
Okay, so I think we can all say there was definitely some really elaborate funeral ceremonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they left his body in the suit
Just
on the
shook.
throne. Like,
Yeah, they did.
And he's in there
Or they
with
put
the
it back.
skeleton because then he is still doing the noble
I don't want to
deeds.
fucking
Oh.
kill myself. That's, oh my god, my ears just went to hell. But it was a really good video. It's
Yeah.
not my favorite one, obviously.
No.
But, like it's
good.
good. Pulling out
What
some
is your
good
favorite one?
Dragons.
Oh, of course.
Dragons or Sombra.
I love song.
Yeah.
I really like
Bro.
Bastion.
Oh, Bastions is such a tearjerker.
Mm.
I learnt my lesson just earlier while you were talking about WoW. I was on Twitter and found a bunch of Hanzo and Genji like
Yeah.
Same.
shipping art on my Twitter, so I've learnt my lesson. Never going on my phone.
Yeah.
ever again.
Bye.
But yeah, I really enjoy it. Everyone wants to fuck Torb's daughter, which fair enough. Just like a hot Swedish girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually see that. When did we
That's
see
her.
Torb's daughter?
Like
What?
she's in the comic and she's been confirmed
Yeah.
by the creator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, she's got Torb's fucking tattoo too.
Yeah. Right.
But you don't see
Okay.
because I'll talk. I'm still on Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his
yeah.
daughter.
Okay, I'm with
Okay.
it now.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
so is Torb's wife just monstrously tall? Is that what we're like?
Torb's wife is Reinhardt. Consider.
Consider they're married and that's an
Yeah.
adopted daughter. That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh no, there's just
And
some
she's
gene
6 foot
splicing.
tall, too.
Just
I'm
gene
sure
splicing.
Mercy had a hand in that.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Or Moira.
Oh,
That's
Moira.
fair.
Good
No.
transition. We're split.
I appreciate the David Bowie skin.
I appreciate that. I just piss beam.
It's just that I do not like. I do not like her design. I just don't.
I feel like it's from any other MMO. It doesn't feel Overwatchy. I
It
think
feels
it's just the sleeves.
Wildstar
Yeah,
to me, and it's
It feels like it's from.
no. You see, no. Here's the thing. I
like
love
it.
Wildstar, but that's not where it should be in Overwatch. It's not. I don't think that design fits the Overwatch world, and it irks me
doesn't.
too much.
So
I don't have.
It's the production design that's worrying me. Because
Yeah. It's like I'm just too far in that I'm like, why did they make these choices? These are bad choices. Are they
Yeah.
going to make further bad choices? And I'm just like, this is a bad omen.
Yeah.
But it's great. The whole
I think it's I
like
think it's cool as
biomechanical
well.
vampire shtick. That's just
I
awesome.
don't care.
It's not,
That's
it's
fine
not
about.
the vampire thing. It's
Yeah,
literally
it's-
she looks like a fucking wizard.
Yeah, it
And
just
you
doesn't.
don't, like.
It's purely about design. Mechanics
pure-
is fine.
no, no,
Mechanics
no,
is fine.
No, the design. I'm talking about the design. The
Oh.
look.
Yeah,
It
well, that's just why.
reflects
That's
that.
why
It's
I see her from Wildstar. What are they called? Like the Purge or something?
I don't remember what they're called.
That's just the baddies in Wildstar look like that, and I'm just like,
It doesn't fit well. Like I don't know why it doesn't
don't-
look sci-fi.
I don't
It
know.
just looks
I
wrong.
Futuristic. It
I
just
like
looks-
she.
But it really
It
looks
looks-
so.
It
I
looks
don't-
like
Look at
Yeah.
this. How can you look at this picture
I don't-
and
I
tell
like
me that
it.
doesn't look like future tech, a full mode?
I
No,
think
yeah.
she
just
kind of looks like
costume.
what I think. Like they
It
wanted.
just looks, it doesn't
they-
look like it's from Overwatch. It looks
like,
over designed.
She didn't say it's not.
it's
future
over
tech.
designed.
Over
It is
It's
designed.
over
over-designed.
designed.
That's my
Okay.
problem with it.
I will agree it is over designed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably actually no. That's my problem. It is over designed.
You know how they say you should take off, you go and you stand in the mirror before you leave the house and you should take off like 1 or 2 accessories
Yeah.
before you leave.
Yeah,
Take off some of your stuff
I just
in your designs.
I feel
I
like
will
they
admit,
have a really
the
good
ears
base.
are a bit much.
I like there are a few things that I do like. Like I like that it's like, oh, it's like Mercy's beam. It's like
Yeah.
it's a combination of that, and then she has like her own like kind of darkness
Yeah.
thing, which is
I'm not mad about
kind of
that.
which
a-
ties into
it's
Reaper's
like a
lore as
bootleg
well.
version of Mercy. which
There's
is
no
still great.
problem with that. There's no problem there.
I'm annoyed that they're getting rid of a potentially dark Mercy
Yeah.
who plays with life and death.
Uh,
Because now Moira is the one who's playing between,
Yeah.
and Mercy's completely
Yeah.
good. And it
Mercy's
gives
become more
more-
two-dimensional.
Yeah.
yeah, that is true. It's the
Well,
fact that
we
they're
don't know yet.
No,
It's
it's
yeah.
confirmed. It's
Is it?
confirmed Moira did that shit to Reaper and that's why he didn't die.
Oh.
yeah.
Instead of Mercy
Do you-
brought him
I-
back.
Could we maybe get a? Do you think we might get some content where
We were meant to get
Mercy assisted Moira?
No, I'm pretty...
And like at like maybe like they were both like early.
Maybe.
I,
but
I
don't
think
think
I
so.
think early. I
Like,
think
throw
honestly
back
because
to
that's
medical school or something.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
because Moira got kicked out for her research and then, not Talon,
and then she
Blackwatch
went to
picked her
yeah
up.
yeah
So then
because she was in
Mercy
Overwatch and then
so
got
then
kicked
Mercy and
out.
Moira would have definitely been in contact. So you could
I-
almost guarantee that they were working
Mercy
together.
wasn't working with Blackwatch. Mercy worked with
No,
Overwatch.
at Overwatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she was with Overwatch, then she
Yeah.
got kicked out for Blackwatch. But
Yeah.
there's actually some people are actually like the fact like she is essentially like because they actually have skins that line up together.
Yeah.
Like they're not skin sprays.
Yeah.
They have sprays that have like the same design, but
Yeah.
hers is light and
Yeah.
Moira's is dark.
See, that annoys
and there's
me.
kind of the thing like it would be cool if it's like oh she taught her in the past, but also
That would
it takes
be fine,
away
but it does
a lot
take
of
a lot of like away from Mercy,
Yeah.
and then Mercy
So-
doesn't have to be all Halo Angel
Yeah.
thing. Like that,
Yeah.
I always thought there would be more
I guess
to Mercy.
I
than
guess
that,
the problem
you know?
was that it
Still
was
a lot of room
fanon.
for there to be more
and-
Mercy. don't
I
see
think
what
it's
the problem
taking away
is.
the biggest section.
Yeah, it's taking
It's-
away ambiguity
I
that
will-
we had with
it,
Mercy.
it does change a lot of, well, I say a lot, it does change a key part of the lore for multiple characters.
Yeah.
But I still think, as far as character development goes, there's still a lot of room for Mercy and Moira and Reaper. And
They're not going to do it because I haven't even given Zen lore. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is the way fucking
Yeah,
getting.
he has nothing and is one of the more interesting. It's like, oh, like you.
I want to know about the robot monks and how they grew sentient enough to be like, oh, I'm enlightened.
Yeah,
That's way more
Yeah.
fucking interesting
Yeah.
than...
Okay.
and he
Although
and he
that
trained
scares me.
Genji.
Exactly.
and, like,
That's fucking terrifying.
Like, Zenyatta I do not like the character Zenyatta. His designs are great, but I do not like Zenyatta. I do not like Zenyatta players, and it scares me the thought of a robot saying, I'm enlightened, I'm better than you now.
No.
That scares me.
I can make it comical. In their code, there's this, like, is enlightened equals true.
Oh my god.
Semicolon.
But it scares me that, like, could you know, like that robot that's currently talking to everybody right now, that girl.
Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
Is that her name? Taylor AI bot?
I don't know, but she's like physically there, and she's just
that bitch.
So sometimes it just slips.
Citizenship.
Yeah, and sometimes it just slips
in
out
Saudi
like.
Arabia.
Still,
That's still a citizen.
she's people.
They can't turn her off because that's murder.
Yeah.
I get it.
But like sometimes just stuff slips out. Like, you know, I'll make the human race better by murdering everybody. It's like,
And she's
turn
like,
her off.
and it's like,
yeah.
No.
I'm like, your face does this. It's not. That's not a joke. Oh yeah, great.
I'm having a really hard time discussing this as if they were an actual person.
She scares me.
No.
That's the
I'm
whole
saying
thing.
she's not a real person, but she has citizenship. So if
Yeah.
we had to turn her off,
We
there
couldn't.
would be a technically a political and ethical issue
There
because she
would
has
be.
sentience.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I acknowledge that, but at the same time, it is AI that's been programmed, and
Yeah,
you can guarantee it has no capability of becoming a singularity.
But I'm just talking about like
Oh,
this in like
George,
in
we need to
regards
distance
to.
ourselves from this.
I'm still talking.
I'm just
It's
talking.
to the Omni crisis that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
we're
crowdsourced
on schedule, is what I'm saying.
Nah.
Or
Elon Musk is wanking furiously to this.
all of this stuff, all of these AIs are crowdsourced. They say
Yeah.
what people have been saying. It's just bad.
Yeah,
actors
but my
ruining
just point is
to
like
To be
it
fair,
just
is
scares
Elon
me.
Musk not masturbating to this?
Oh, he almost definitely is.
Yeah, yeah.
We
right.
can agree.
Make sure we tag him on Twitter.
That's his actual fucking wife. That lady. He's
Oh
like,
my
I
God.
don't like real women. I don't like you.
Wait, because they're a citizen, could you marry them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
That's
France,
the thing,
in
she's
France,
a
you can
person.
marry dead people. Freaky facts.
Oh God, please.
Welcome to this week's
the-
edition
But
of Freaky
that-
Facts with Georgia.
There's just a
It's
lot
on the
about
radio.
Moira,
I
which
stole that
I'm-
from a 6-year-old.
That's God.
Just ever since Doomfist, I'm like poking at like the holes because
Yeah.
Doomfist they gave it to us because we asked for it, and now they're giving
Yeah.
us this and changing law, which they were doing while
Well,
they were releasing information about
Was
Reaper
it
and,
lore or was it fanon?
I feel like
No,
it was.
no, it's law.
It was official law
Yeah.
that they've
Yeah,
changed.
it's because
Okay.
it's in the introduction. There's introduction.
Like it's
and
typed
official
up. It's
art.
there.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's official art, and people are just making fun of it because Reaper's there with his arm outstretched, and behind him is McCree and Genji facing opposite ways, but like looking forward.
It's like a
They're
boy
like
band
this.
cover.
It's like, no, trust me, we have to stand this way and look cool. But like, it's absolutely canon.
We
because
all know
there's-
that Reaper set up the camera on that shot.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he did it, but like, it's
That's what
absolutely.
he uses the teleport
thing,
for.
And just,
He's got the clicker.
we're only if you like you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just meh.
I don't feel like it was planned from the start. I feel like I'm okay with them changing the story to what people want,
Yeah.
but also because they did that with when they found out people might not like Reaper as just an absolute villain. They
Yeah.
might like actually defend him, which I'm like, yeah, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen regardless, though.
Yeah,
Like, look at
they're making him
Loki.
like a like they didn't think before they were gonna make him like a sympathetic villain.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're gonna have someone, you're gonna make a character that people are gonna play and love, they have to be sympathetic in some way.
Yeah.
Like, even Widow is sympathetic, because, like,
Yeah. She's
also,
blue.
Moira
Blue
did
Devil.
that to Widow. She's the one who did it to her.
Oh,
I
really?
just like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the interaction
Oh.
came out, and it was just like, how are you feeling, Emile? And she's like, not feeling. Wasn't that the point? And Moira wants to dissect Zenyatta,
Oh.
That's fair.
and McCree just doesn't like
Well, he would live. Like, he would be
He
alive.
would, yeah.
I mean,
And he don't-
That's
he-
not how robots work.
Like, he can't feel pain. So.
I mean, no, we can't feel pain, but still rip.
He'll be ripped apart.
Well,
You're
she
a
did it
bad robot,
respectfully. I thought she would do it like, I'm just gonna unscrew
No, she's
you.
like, I
I
must
mean-
know how you function.
Yeah, sure.
Can't she do
But-
that by just politely surfacing him?
This bitch made Reaper into a dust cloud.
Yeah, well, she's not a good person.
Yeah. I
you
really
seen
like
that thing
Which
about
will
how
be like with some
Reaper-
awesome interactions between her and Mercy in the earlier years of Overwatch. Case
I really
closed.
like Evil Healer though, but I really just wanted that duality with Mercy. And not a different character.
And like the personal growth that it would have meant for Mercy.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that we didn't get the lore and we could stick to the fanon that Reaper is a swarm.
Oh, that would be so
Angry
good.
bees? Is that
Yeah, he is bees.
I thought it was like
No, you need to
micro-
confirm 10,000 bees from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
Oh.
Makes him even sexier.
Was there anything
But
else? On
so
BlizzCon?
the actual news, the other news for Overwatch. So there's new skins based on Blizzard properties, and we've got Blizzard World.
But we didn't get
Yeah.
fucking.
What is Blizzard World? I'm still really...
It's a new map.
We didn't get
okay.
the cool Diva skin from.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
We
here's
will
the
get
song.
it. We will get
We'll
it.
get it, yeah.
There's no way they're gonna not give it to us.
Anniversary event, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Speaking,
Or just randomly.
Speaking of Heroes of the Storm, none of us play it, so we'll breeze over it
Yeah,
a little
it's 'cause
bit.
it's about game.
So it's they had a pretty cool cinematic to announce that both Hanzo and Alexstrasza will be in
How
it.
does it work in that game?
No idea.
Yeah, he'll just be weird.
It'll just be really long range, which seems really weird.
I'm thinking...
Yeah, there's already a sniper though.
Who's
Is that?
Ash? Ash from
Oh,
League of Legends?
is
Or
that
just Hanzo's
is League
game?
of Legends in?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just
I was
saying...
about to say, fuck.
It would probably play like Ash.
Yeah.
Like a long range offensive, but then because it's long range, it can be defensive.
No, well, at least you don't have to point at the ground and press H.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Alexstrasza plays because she's a giant fuck off dragon.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's going to be
And
interesting.
when she's in her human but
Yeah,
elf
well,
form,
they got a-
she's wearing a metal bikini and she's a sexy lady.
Yeah, sounds like Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's she also had some experiences with some orcs. But anyway, yeah, let's ignore
Not
that.
like
But so basically it's they had a like that.
Not like that.
Like that.
What sort of experiences were they?
Let's ignore that for now.
No, tell me now!
Find out next time on the Nuggcast.
This isn't
Orcs
not
forced her
safe
to
for-
breed. Yeah.
This isn't
Holy
not safe
shit,
for
I've just
work
put a lot of
podcast.
lore back together!
Did you just put everything in
I
together?
put some things together just then.
Puzzle
Okay.
That's yeah.
Hey, you will be surprised how much pop culture has, like, forced breeding and rape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, holy shit.
that's how the whole Twilight Dragonflight was
Yeah.
formed. Anyway, let's ignore that. So basically,
They're
they
always
kind of tried to change the law to make it more ambiguous, so that kind of didn't happen. But
Was
I
that...
fell in love with all these.
Oh no,
well,
not like
no,
that.
but it's
I'm going to go back through the Chronicles books and see what it says.
yeah. See if you can find it.
will.
They haven't talked about Deathwing yet, but
I
it's,
mean, no,
it's
but
kind
they've
of more
gone
in
through all
there.
the Dragonflight stuff, I'm almost certain.
Yeah, I think they like changed it. It's like, oh, they took her eggs, but like the original, like it's like she didn't have that many. Anyway, doesn't matter. Grimbatol. Anyway, so basically, it was kind of cool what they did with the because they called it dragons, the cinematic for it,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, because there's Hanzo and he does the Uga Meta
And then
Tanya
she's
Boogie.
also a dragon.
Yeah, and then there
shoots-
was.
Dragons out of his nipples. We get it.
Yeah.
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 And that was kind of cool. Hearthstone, Kobolds, and Catacombs actually looks really
That's
fun.
a great title. Also.
It is.
The
It actually
production
looks
of
fun.
the game is always like 100%. It's always really good and really
Hearthstone's
just
been
like
doing really well.
it's got a lot of heart in it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Got no beef with Hearthstone.
No,
Yeah. It's also not interested in playing it, but got no beef with it.
it's a fun
fun.
game to play when you're bored on your
quite
phone.
wholesome.
You know.
There's basically fucking nothing for Diablo and StarCraft.
No,
No. Oh, Diablo 3's had all its fun.
Yeah.
With its anniversary stuff. But that's
Nothing
all
new
over now.
there. Nothing new there. You know, the esports
Necromancer
happened.
update. Esports happened. That's right.
Yeah.
It.
And then
The season changed probably.
Yeah.
our
It's
last
boring.
thing,
No one cares.
our
The
last,
people that care know.
Yeah, exactly.
our
Yeah.
last thing, they announced WoW Classic, and that's, I'm actually. If you're gonna play anything, play WoW Classic.
Yeah.
We're all gonna play WoW Classic.
We are.
Let's do it.
I don't know about that because then when everybody's like, "Yeah, I love WoW," and jumps ship, and then Gappy doesn't have a capped character.
What do you mean?
Well, because everyone's gonna jump ship back when the new expansion comes out.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Okay, you
I
say
can't
that.
sell up. Yeah, you say that now. We already discussed this. You will.
Look,
Yeah.
Both
I'm
the
not.
devils on your shoulders said you will.
That's true. They did.
Okay,
I
I need
was
to tell you a
talk-
story about Legion.
But
Ryan
okay.
was set on not getting Legion. The day
yeah.
it came out, we ran to EB Games together.
Yeah, I think I heard the story the other night.
Yeah, literally the
Great.
day, because my friend was hyping it up so much.
Yeah.
And
See, this is what I mean about game releases being word of mouth, and you shouldn't just have a week for it, because it takes a long time to convince people, and it takes a long time for people to be like, hey, look at this. Like, word of mouth doesn't work for
I feel
enough.
like first of all, you're thinking like, oh, we've put out these smash hit games, people know about us.
But they don't.
But I think it's because it's been a while since they released anything that everything was a bit hazy.
also, if you're not playing WoW with friends, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
it's
I'm
like,
just
and
thinking back
even
to-
if they're not real life friends,
Yeah,
like, you
exactly.
need a guild.
I barely
Like,
played with my friends. Like,
yeah,
hang
but
on, I
ju-
played with like 40 other people doing raiding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's, like,
And even
I'm
when you
excited.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raiding
I'm
is
excited for
optional.
WoW Classic. I don't think I'm ever actually going back to WoW, but honestly, I like the idea that
So I was
like
talking,
everything
I was
that I'm
talking
super
with my
into.
dad about this, and
Because
he's
I
really
know I'll be
skeptical
going back
about
for
it.
the
He's
new
like,
expansion.
"But all the bugs though." I'm like, well, yeah, obviously, but Nostarius. He's like, no one's gonna play it because all the bugs, and it's like,
Well, they will fix the bugs. They will
So-
fix the
Uh,
bugs.
well, here's the thing. They did interviews afterwards, and they've got a lot of things of like, we need to find a way that we can ride the line. Like, they've said that they are going to fix the things that are buggy, but they need to find a way to, how are they going to do class
maintain the
balance?
feel,
Because
Yeah.
fucking paladins and shamans are the most overpowered shit in the world.
Which, back in the day, paladins were only alliance and shamans were only horde.
Yeah,
And that's what they'll have.
They will keep it like that, for
Yeah.
sure.
and I will fucking play the shit out of a shaman.
Hell yeah.
But
My first character was a paladin.
Oh
But
god,
it's-
this is gonna cause problems. I don't even like the Horde that much. Oh, I have to believe it.
You're gonna be a
I
troll.
like the Horde.
Well, no, I have to be a
on
Tauren.
Alliance.
Only Tauren Druids.
Oh yeah.
And
I
only...
was talking shamans.
Yeah.
I was
no,
like,
Tauren or
I
Orc,
can be
sorry.
a blood elf, but
Orc
no,
or
I
Druids, of
can't
course.
because that was
I mean,
BC.
Orc Shamans.
Oh.
The
Wait,
second
what druids?
expansion when I
I
started
was
playing.
thinking-
Oh, wait, no,
Shamans.
shit. Yeah, sorry. I was
Like,
thinking
what are you on
Druids.
about?
Yeah, I was thinking Druids, sorry.
Can I also just mention, you say druids, not druids?
Yeah, he says it wrong.
I know.
Doesn't.
I'm just pointing it out.
Anyway,
Is that how English people say it?
No, it's just
I don't know.
him.
Oh,
It's
so
probably
it's
just
just
me.
you?
I'm just the
Okay.
worst. But there was actually an interesting thing because you brought up Nostralis.
Nostalgias.
Nostarius,
There you
however
go.
you say it.
Nostralis is...
Am I thinking of
That's
something?
so-
else?
God damn it, Nosferatu
Oh,
is a
okay.
vampire.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
So basically, it's interesting that they did some interviews with people that run private servers,
Yeah.
and they're like, "What do you think about the fact that they're releasing these?" And they're like, "This is all we wanted.
Yeah.
Like, the reason we made
that's
these
it.
is because we want Blizzard to do it.
They're
there
not
just
going to
wasn't
be
one that
upset
catered
at
to
all.
us." Yeah, one guy actually said that he started crying when they announced it,
Aw.
and that's like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
know.
like, I'm sure a lot of people think, oh, what about all the private servers? It's like, no.
That-
This
It's
is what
the
they want. They
whole
worked
deal.
hard to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I'm pretty sure you covered the Star Wars when that happened.
Yeah. And it just seems interesting to me. I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm interested to see how it goes.
I think
I think
Blizzard's
that-
one of the better companies that care about what players want.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
literally they listen.
They took a while with classic
With-
servers, but
yeah.
now they're here.
yeah,
They dragged their feet, but...
One of my favorite things
I would have
is
reservations too.
Yeah.
Blizzard fully acknowledged how in the lead up to this, like a couple of BlizzCons ago, they said first of all, when somebody brought it up, they said, you think you want it, but you don't.
The thing is,
Yeah.
And
my reservation is what we have now. Like whenever you bring out a new thing, it will be better. It
Yeah.
will always be better. And
It
bringing
will
out-
be.
It'd be like Star Fox 2, where they we didn't release it because it was just not as good as other people's stuff.
No,
Hmm.
So
no,
we shelved
it was a timing thing. They went to next console generation was coming out.
Yeah, and it didn't look as
Yeah,
high
but
tech.
it's just
Yeah.
because the next generation was
Yeah,
coming out.
but like the
timing
thing
was
is,
just terrible.
like you've already played this and it's all fixed. Do you really want to go back? 'Cause
Well,
it's
that's
not-
that's
just
why
wasn't-
they said they're going to be looking to fixing the bugs while maintaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But, like,
and when I
that's
went
why
back,
they drove-
I think it's a
a
nostalgia
A little
thing.
while ago, we played on a Whatlock server, which is not is not where I started. I started in BC, but it was close enough.
Yeah.
It's when Ryan and another friend of ours started playing. So
yeah.
Rough babies.
yeah, And we went back, and it was fun, and it was nostalgic. It didn't last. I don't know why. Maybe because there just was nothing, and it's like
How long
you can't.
Like, did assignments come up? Did you get in the way?
I think maybe life got in the way.
Yeah, I think we're playing it together and couldn't find times to play it together, and then we completely forgot we were doing it.
That's
It maintained. It's like there was bugs, and I was like, oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, WoW is very much a game that I have to look up guides. If I can't find something within 5 minutes, I will look up a guide.
Yeah.
I just will. But I had to go to the
It's just like old school RuneScape. Yeah.
Which I will.
Except,
that's the only thing I will play on RuneScape.
Here's the thing: old school RuneScape is terrific, but here's the catch:
New things
old school
come out.
RuneScape releases new content.
Yeah.
It's an alternate timeline now.
Yeah, so they took the point. They were like, okay, we know the point that we screwed up RuneScape. We know.
I can tell it to them too. Everybody knows.
We can pinpoint a date and exactly what we implemented that ruined this game for a lot of people.
When it updated and nobody came back after they logged in for the first
So
time.
they're like, we're going to take content that is along the lines of the values that are with the original RuneScape and release new stuff. I don't think Blizzard's game. I don't think Blizzard will do that.
I think it's too much because there's
They're gonna
already timey-wimey stuff in the actual lore. I think it'll be too much.
I think they're honestly going to release the expansions as they on the original timeline.
I think probably.
And they're going to do it, and it'll be and if you were there around that time, or maybe when they release BC, they'll release a new server where you can start again.
Well, that's how I feel like it will be. That's what I was saying. I was saying that I think that there will be like a character hub. Yeah, I think it'll be a character hub, and if you log into a BC server one time, your character is branded with that BC logo. So then that's where you play. You cannot go back to vanilla.
That way. I believe they have a similar system in Diablo 3. The way I would prefer it is if they actually saved your max level character when you transferred on the vanilla.
I don't want the transfer thing because the transfer thing will cost money.
No, I only use transfers.
That's what I think.
PC.
I think they'll copy your character over. Yeah.
That would be fine as well. But as long
I think that's
as,
probably the more consumer friendly option.
Yeah, because thinking about it now, if they just
Let's be honest,
convert
that's all
them
this
and then
is.
release
This
a
is
new,
just being consumer friendly.
That's pretty much.
That's
Sorry. The original
in agreement.
the original point that I was on. Blizzard said, if we could, you think you want it but you don't. And another quote from them was, if we could push a button and get it done, we would have done it. But there's more stuff behind that.
And the trailer. And then in the trailer they had
Chromie Chromie is another dragon.
It's a Dragon of Time based thing.
Yeah.
And they
She's a
literally
cute-
pushed a button.
she's
and
a
it
cute,
played all of the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, but
like,
Chromie
she
is
said-
a they.
Oh,
Chromie is they.
She said
Chromie
exactly.
is they. Chromie is they.
Chromie is they.
Yeah.
No, Chromie she.
No.
Chromie. Oh God.
No.
No.
I thought
Chromie is she.
Chromie was
Has
they.
this been decided?
Chromie is as close to a trans woman as we've gotten in WoW.
And it's a dragon.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
Well, it's also a gnome.
So,
Dragon.
Okay, so
They have humanoid
Yeah.
forms.
So Blizzard fucked up, and Chromie's dragon name, Chromie is short for Chromodormu, and Dormu is a male pronoun for dragons, but her human form, her gnome form is a female, and
That's
she
why I
goes
thought
by
they were a
Chromie.
they.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but she goes by she because she chooses to present as a female. But
Okay.
that's
I was
and she's
confused.
referred to as she.
I was
Anyway,
confused.
But yeah, anyway, that's just ridiculous WoW lore. But as close to representation as people have gotten, so shouldn't call it ridiculous. Anyway,
so the trailer. Was brilliant.
so the trailer, basically she's like, certain people said we couldn't do it, but they didn't have a chronal whatever, and then she literally pushes a button, and it's like, oh, that was kind of nice that they did that. Like, it's just,
They made fun of
two of the
themselves.
biggest things, yeah. Anyway, what have you guys been playing this week? What have you been up to?
Take a guess.
Destiny 2.
Yes.
That was a good guess.
It was so good.
I made a mistake. I spent $10 on Love Nikki yesterday. Did you see what was on sale though?
We're talking
No,
about
what?
Destiny.
It was the
Love Nikki
Kitsune.
time.
The Fantasy Fox was a the 24-hour.
I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, but I
I
saw
did-
it's down from $41 to $10.
41.
Yeah, so I'm
Jesus.
just like, maybe I should because it's gonna be like months before.
I don't have it. Wait, which one?
The one with the fox that people always block each other with.
Oh yeah, I have that. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's why.
Did you buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah. $10,
God.
but from down from
Yeah.
41. It's...
God, $10 for the fox?
No, it's not just a box. It's a
No,
whole...
there's a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, okay,
it's
but
like
it's
a whole suit. It's a really, really rare suit, and it'd be a
Yeah.
really good item to bust people with.
I have
also.
used it in competition several times,
Yeah.
and it has just made me win.
Yeah,
Well, not
and-
win, but be very high.
Yeah, and you
Quick
get
to
like 1,000 gems and like VIP shit.
Yeah, it's
and,
a
like,
big,
coins
it's a
and-
big jump.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But, like for $10, I was like,
At least it's not gambling.
no, like I knew what I was getting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ah.
But,
There's a
that's-
gambling section in Love Nikki that I'm
Oh,
like,
we're fully aware.
the pavilion. Oh, bad.
But other than that, I've been doing art, so nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, there is something. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Oh my god, we haven't
Yeah,
had episodes
boy.
No.
Pocket Camp is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
love
says level 40 over here.
I am also level 40.
I'm almost 42.
I
God.
I got through getting all the fruit.
I think it's definitely a game for people that have played other Animal Crossing games.
Yeah.
I
it's an
think that you
Animal
need
Crossing
to appreciate just the heart that
Well,
all the
I-
other games
I
have.
did play the living hell out of my Sims, if that counts for anything.
thing. No.
No, it's
My
very
Sims
different.
is- yeah,
Really?
it's
Yeah.
it is quite
Like,
different.
right at the
but there's-
beginning, it felt so similar.
There is the general idea of like collecting the things and then giving them
Yeah.
to people and stuff. Like it is building them things that
Literally.
use the
Animal
things.
Crossing is a lot more
From the
self-involved,
solid
I think.
15 minutes that I played, I think I can say I'm well experienced in the game.
I see.
It is the same game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to craft a lovely table, and you can't even craft the basic.
Why?
That I don't have it available to make.
You haven't unlocked the
yeah, what you need to... Oh, you don't have it...
I don't
unlocked.
have
Yeah,
the
you need to
basic.
unlock the villager that has the basic one.
Oh, you've just gotten unlucky.
Oh, okay, because I
Yeah.
have two that need like the.
Okay, you'll get it
'Cause you-
eventually.
yeah,
there are
you unlock
40
them in
villages
different
in the
orders.
game currently.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's only 40, so you will get them
Yeah.
eventually.
Okay. So that's just annoying.
Yeah. Me and Georgia have unlocked every single villager.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah.
have most of them in my camp, he does not.
Oh, because you unlock them by leveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got you.
It's good. I can feel myself getting less, like, now that I've stopped unlocking villages, I'm less
Well, we got it.
invested,
We have gotten it
but-
a month early.
How's the end game?
The end game I'm enjoying because he's not really doing the end game in the best way. I think I'm doing better end game. I'm playing to decorate my campsite.
Are
That's
you
what I.
playing to like max level friendships?
Yeah, I want to do that because I want the certain items, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to max
Yeah.
you out because I want your items.
Well, that is the end game at the moment, and like that is what I'm
And there
doing.
will
I'm
be more.
finding the
There's
ones
been
that I
data
want
mining because technically the game isn't out anywhere else in the world except Japan.
to. Yeah,
Even
Japan and
to be
Australia.
released?
We're unsure
Yeah,
because
so
we're such
my-
a test. We're a test region,
Yeah.
but I think it was an accident and they just rolled with it.
It's not even version 1 yet. It's version
Yeah.
0.8. But the thing that my theory is that they saw what happened with Pokemon Go, and they're like, okay, we're gonna release it somewhere. Like, we're gonna do like a test to test our servers.
How many
and I think
people in
that's
the US have downloaded, do you reckon?
I know that at least quite a few people in Canada have.
yeah. But there's
not sure if
there's
it's
yeah. There's a bunch of people that, because all you need to do is set your region to Australia. It's
Yeah.
not even that hard. And you can just download it. So a bunch of people are already playing it. Like the
it's not
people that are
location
like
based.
really
But there are
into
some
it.
people that are like flaming me about it. I got flamed on Tumblr because I posted a picture of it.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I am from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I get everything late. Just shush, give me this.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
I-
for
yeah.
once.
No, okay, so it's not for once. This is the third time. We got Pokemon Go, we
Yeah.
got Thor Ragnarok, and then we got...
Did we get Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, it only released
Oh.
like yesterday in the US.
That makes
Oh.
sense.
Wild.
Mm.
Awesome. Give more things to us first, please. We deserve it.
Nintendo
Like,
treats us
Tycoon
right.
And let's be honest, we only got Thor Ragnarok because the director's Kiwi.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
fair
that
enough.
Well, a lot of the film
And a lot
is
of the
Australian.
Yeah,
Like the whole.
we
God,
filmed at the Gold Coast.
yeah.
We did.
They have like all the actors older people in it.
Awesome.
Oh my god. But I think it's a really good game. They have data mined, and there's going to be like a hotel. There's going to be there's a place called
Are you
Snack.
worried because you leveled up so
I'm not
fast
worried.
before they released features that you just
I-
get to lose
I'm-
a lot of fun of the game?
I'm excited for when they release the new content and I just get a wave of new stuff come at
Yeah,
me.
that's
I think
what I'm
that'll be
excited
fun,
for.
but-
I am not worried about it because I'm still enjoying the game and I like just talking to the villagers. That's what I like about Animal Crossing, but I can't find the time each day to go and into my town and play New Leaf because it's like an hour situation if I'm going to do that every day and I
This
just
is about
can't.
20 minutes at a
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Also, it's not like the only thing you have to make sure you do is log in every day.
Yeah.
Everything else, you're like, it's
Yeah,
totally
it's
up to
fine,
you to
yeah.
play,
Yeah.
which is like really good.
But
And I
it's
don't have to
honestly-
worry about my villagers leaving.
the-
So I can take a break and not worry.
Yeah.
The end game is all about that grind, though.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
that's what all end
like
games are.
you got to get like the materials are like it's like you get 3 every time you help them. Some things cost like 120 materials. It's very difficult to control which materials you get, and it's like, whew.
Yeah.
But it's
There's already quite a lot of meta going on with it.
yeah. But yeah,
But
it's,
yeah, it's
fun.
fun. I would
did
recommend
buy
Australians download it.
Yeah, Australians download. I did buy KK Slider's chair.
Did you?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just like got like
Ah.
160. I'm like, like cash is so easy to accumulate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
It has slowed down now that I'm a higher level, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
'Cause
it's-
I
I'm-
assume you'd get like a.
You get
Every
10.
time
You
it's
get
a
10
level
every
up.
time you level, and
It's-
then
There's achievements
yeah,
for it too.
achievements.
It's
Yeah.
interesting how the leveling naturally curves. Like, it doesn't even add that much extra experience you need to get, but because all of the villagers that you've got are already, like, you only get 1 villager per level, and the villagers that you've got are already high levels, so they get harder to raise levels, because you get experience for every heart level you gain with a villager.
Yeah, it's the
And
same
so
amount
it
every
kind of
time, isn't it?
naturally,
Yeah.
and so it naturally gets more difficult because of the existing systems, which is really interesting.
That is cool.
But
It's a
I
good-
quite like how
it's
they've done
good.
it.
It's well implemented. It's fun, and it feels good. Like it feels correct. It doesn't feel like, oh, this isn't fair.
Yeah.
yeah,
There was no level where I was suddenly like, I can't do anything. You know?
It also, like, just from the sound of it, it gives you a very quantifiable, like, this is the point you want to be at to hit max level.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like, to hit max level, you need to be at this level with this many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
Like,
it
you have a
has
solid
like you
number.
need to do all of these things if you want to be at level 20 friendship with everybody. You need to have literally done all of the campsite attraction things.
Yeah. You're like, yes, it sounds like a grind, but you've got a very obvious
Well-
goal, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good for people who just only want to play once a day.
Yeah.
And it's good for
Yeah.
people who want to play. Also, it naturally stops you from playing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
It's very
It
much.
literally- It's
Yeah.
like
And
okay,
you
put
can't
this
buy
down.
more. You can't
You
buy
can't
more.
buy it faster.
No.
You can only buy that person coming to your town next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can buy
So is
you
it
can
every
make
2
like
hours?
you can make cook
Every
like
3
crafting faster, but that's
Yeah,
it.
that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it every 2 hours or 3 hours that it
3.
resets? Yeah,
I
so
think
every
3.
3 hours it resets your villagers.
No.
So
It's-
you can go
I
back.
I
But
know
it-
the exact times. I'm on it.
No problem.
Yeah, I do. But it's fun. I'm having fun, and that's the main thing. It's something good to do while I'm doing stuff. What else have people been playing?
I'm playing something currently.
Ooh.
It's my Tamagotchi.
Oh.
Yeah. So they came out with the 20th anniversary little Tamagotchi, and it's a smaller Tamagotchi.
Yeah, I didn't
And
think
he's
they were that
cute.
small.
No, it is smaller. It's smaller, and it's like a simplified version. So you just feed it and clean its poop, and
Okay.
like when it's sick, you heal it. But mine hasn't got sick because I'm a good mother.
Except for Nebula.
Yeah, well, he's in the car.
The hot. This is Australian.
Currently,
oh,
my
pretty
son
much
Philippe
summer at
is.
this
I
point.
named him Philippe. He is suffocating in the car.
It's okay.
You cracked a window for Philippe.
No, I turned up the aircon. He's listening to his favorite
Oh, okay,
music.
good,
He has a
thank
bowl
God.
of water. It's
Thank
fine.
God.
There's no need to break the window.
But did you
Anybody
put a
that's
sign
listening,
in the window?
I did.
Okay.
We're fine.
I
Don't
That
break my
would be
window.
so funny if you saw that.
Yeah.
And it's a
Tamagotchi
Tamagotchi.
sitting on the seat. Oh my
And
god.
they're like, this pen has a Tamagotchi.
Oh god, it's dying!
But it's Yeah, it's fun. It's a cute little nostalgia
Yeah.
thing. That's all I had to say about it. I would recommend it for people that have excess money, but it's not... Because it's not the current generation Tamagotchis cost about 90 to 120 Australian dollars.
shit.
They're bling bling, have all these games, so much, they're in colour, so much stuff going on. They're actually aimed at people our age, like females our age, rather than children now.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get that nostalgia money.
Yeah,
You
but
know-
it's so much more.
Yeah. I really miss my Digi device.
Oh, I
Tamagotchi.
loved it.
But Digimon.
I love that.
I
I
have the
honestly,
Gen 1.
it's the only Digimon thing that I liked. Actually, no, there's a PS1 game that was good. But
God.
yeah, it's George has been enjoying her Tamagotchi. You hear it bleep, and you just hear every couple of hours Georgia go, Philippe. And that's my experience with Georgia having a Tamagotchi.
Well, that's what he is.
He sure is.
He's good. I love him.
What have you been playing, Ryan?
So I've been playing actually quite a number of games because our good friend Chris here, he left his Super Nintendo, his SNES Classic at my house, and that was fun.
Yes, you're welcome for that.
It's very
100%
good.
planned.
Yeah, it's 100% planned. It wasn't because you hurt your neck / back.
Yeah.
How is that, by the way?
Oh, it's all good. It was a stress.
Sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah, so sweet. It's fine. It resulted in me getting an SNES Classic. I can't complain.
And my third expansion for Cards Against Humanity and my Visa card.
Yeah, those two, which I spent all this money on Juggalo Coin, as I said earlier. So basically, I played some of them, and honestly, I had a really good time. I found it to be fun. I don't know if it's worth $70. I'm not 100% convinced on that, but I will admit that I did have a great time.
I would like
with
to
it.
argue this. Now, he told me this in the car the other night, and I just sat there like, you have been playing that thing for the past 3 days pretty non-stop.
Compare that to the $70 you'd spend on
And that's
back
what
when
I'm
single-player games were a thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
to
that's
be
what
fair,
I'm
to be
saying.
fair, I was playing it on and off. I might have gotten 3 hours in.
No.
But it's
I believe her.
that's fair. You can believe her. But it's yeah. I don't know. Because honestly, it's like
Should I give
maybe
it back?
that's.
I'm tempted to give it back to you, and I want Georgia to time.
You can probably see how long I've been playing Zelda. That was
yeah.
one of the main ones that I played.
True.
But it's I got up to like the second world in Super Mario. I played I didn't actually play Donkey Kong Country. No, I played.
Yeah, well, we played that.
I played Secret of Mana. I played about an hour of that. I've never played Secret of Mana before, so that was a good
I
experience.
haven't touched that one yet. I haven't tried.
You can delete all my saves, by the way.
Okay.
And Link to the
I'll
Past,
laugh
which
at your Legend of Zelda stage.
yeah, Link to the Past is one of my favorite games. Definitely my favorite Zelda game.
Because
and it's
you
really
had
fun
never
to
played A Link to the Past before A Link Between Worlds came out.
yeah.
How did you... Oh, you had?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you had it.
Yeah, I had it when they did the thing for Game Boy Advance where they re-released a whole bunch
yeah.
of SNES games because I never had an SNES. I fucking love Link to the Past.
Sorry, I must be thinking of someone else.
Yeah, there was something else that was similar to that, but yeah, it wasn't a Zelda game. Ocarina of Time, I technically only played when the DS version
that's
came out, the 3DS version. I know, I don't like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, and there's a reason, because you never played it.
No, because its control scheme is shit. Anyway, boom. But yeah, I loved.
Georgia is shook.
I know she is.
Did you play it on DS?
Yeah, he did.
Which one?
Yeah, he did.
Ocarina. Yeah, I had played it on Nintendo 64 for a little bit, but then I played it on 3DS.
And Majora's Mask
it's
is the best
horrible to
game, full
control.
stop.
It feels awful.
No one will fight me.
Maybe it's just because I hadn't played properly on a different thing before, but I found it fine.
I found it fine as well, to be honest.
There's a lot of people that, yeah. I feel like if you played a lot of it as a kid, anyway, I'm not going to get into it.
Ryan was very
I do
contrarian
not
about
like-
the whole experience, and he ended up giving me that game.
Yeah, I gave her the game because I just couldn't play it. I got up to the Deku tree, the the camera was going all over the place. I could barely control the character. It just felt awful. But anyway,
Says rose-tinted goggles.
I've got him. Really liked it. I was happy with playing it. I was like, I was glad that I got it for a couple of days because I probably would have bought one. But playing it for a few days, it's like, okay, I got kind of the nostalgic experience that I wanted from it, and now it's, I'm like, okay.
Like, this is far from what I play day to day. This is
it's a fun thing to pick up every now and then.
Maybe once every other week, I'll plug it in, I'll just play some games and have some fun, just because single-player games are dying, and it makes me feel better.
It's also like a good thing to whip out when you're just hanging out with friends.
It is.
Yeah. Although the two-player experiences aren't perfect, it's a lot of swapping between people.
Yeah,
it's because it's a SNES, exactly. But it's just wait till that Nintendo 64 Classic comes out.
But just because there is multiplayer aspects to it, and that's good.
Yeah.
It's a party concept.
It's good. I'm waiting for Nintendo 64 Classic.
Oh, we all are.
Yeah, which I will literally find somebody to the death for. Any one of you die.
And I think my problem
I'll
was
buy 2 of them at EVX for next year, and then resell to you at a 4 times the cost.
I think I won't just mug you for both of them.
We literally know where you live.
And I think maybe my problem with it was that I feel it feels like I was hoping I would get an experience that I don't get from just emulating the game, and honestly, it just felt like I was emulating the game. There are things, and I know that this is just because I'm fucking obsessed with Pokemon, I know, but when they released the Virtual Console... Yeah, when they released the Virtual Console versions of Red, Blue, and Yellow, as well as the Gold and Silver, I was like, oh yes, I actually feel renewed in this game series, and it was kind of because you can transfer the Pokemon over to your new game, so it felt like you were kind of doing something. I know that there's no way they could have possibly made me feel some form of progression in this SNES game.
I'll tell you what, Brian.
However, it felt like it was something more that I can't get from emulating it.
Hush, my friend. I will tinker and give it back to you.
Just put...
with a lot more games on it.
You do need to do that, though. Although, I felt like, when I was playing it, I didn't feel like there was, a lack of games.
No, it's very well-rounded,
list. It's got the All-Star...
games?
Yeah, it's got the All-Stars on there. I honestly... Because I was like, whenever anybody was like, oh, you should hack it, you should get more games, and I was like, yeah.
Okay.
But I feel like there's all the All-Stars there.
Xbox One, how many people do you think own 21 games? For the Xbox One and actually played them?
Probably not many.
No, not that many.
Yeah, no, I think that's it.
Yeah. Alright then.
We gotta do some plugs.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Supernova because it's the day of Supernova that it comes out, so...
So guys, if you come to Supernova, come swing past
Yeah.
Table 96 to see me in Georgia in person.
96,
Woo!
so if you're in Brisbane, it's today, the day of release, and then the 2 days after.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Unless you listen to this late, then too bad you missed it.
Yeah, well, that's your
And-
fault, and honestly, die.
I'll be wandering around on Saturday, you won't recognise me because haha. That's why.
The booth is Galaxy Sword / George R? Is
Yeah,
that
it's
what
just
the
number
booth is called?
96. We have a pretty good view of, the Stanley area.
Oh,
what
yeah.
I think, yeah.
We're gonna be inundated with people rushing.
Yeah.
That is. That's
Beat
great.
up Stan Lee
Can I
defending
just
Jack
store
Kirby.
my stuff in the store?
Yeah, you could.
Sweet.
Yeah.
She said I can.
Yeah.
Just put it under the table.
Yeah.
Don't mind me going through it and selling it.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, you bought this for me!
They're not going to be in there. I'm sorry.
Well,
You
Ryan
can't.
said he
You could
delivered
probably
already
sell
delivered
it.
Oh yeah, you can very easily resell
Yeah.
that at Supernova,
Yeah.
but it's not going to be in the bag.
Why would you have it with you? Why would you bring it to a place with that gets rubbed all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when she's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like picking up stuff.
So besides Supernova, where can they find users' things?
Find me
Probably
at
here where we
Georgia.
record.
Yeah. At Georgia on everything. YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yeah.
Just doing games and art.
Yeah. I'm Galaxy Sword on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram.
Ooh.
Check out Out of the Shed on Facebook and OOTS Games on Twitter. I am currently working on a new... the Space Shooter just came out and it's I patched it today, so it's all working perfectly fine. Check out Operation Free Fire on the Google Play Store now.
Hell yeah.
And then
Officially now.
Officially now. And I'm also working on a new game, which I should have something playable in the next couple of weeks.
Awesome.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
It's almost my first contract game.
Ooh.
We'll see how things go.
Yeah. So me, you can find me at, so it's, Neuroxium on YouTube. I'm gonna actually start doing YouTube videos in the next week, which will be fun. I've got, my Twitter is Neuroxide. Well, yeah, it's going back to it. Neuroxide, I'm starting to try and change things to be a bit more unified, so Neuroxide on Tumblr and Twitter. That's the
You're
word.
the one who always gets mad at people for taking too long to plug.
I know this is taking too long. But yeah, I've got new things. Hopefully over the break I'll be working on some games. We'll see. Nugbox things. Boy. Woo!
Yee.
And cut.
No, don't forget to like Nugbox on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You can catch specifically the Nuggcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, as well as YouTube, which is where most people listen to it. But subscribe to us. We do other things.
Where you're listening to us now? Yeah? So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sub, like, comment. You can do that on all the things. Please rate us on iTunes, please.
Please.
Yeah.
I feel lonely a lot of people.
We'll respond.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole time.
Yeah,
good
have a good
time.
time. Bye.